Welcome to Everyone Told Nonstop Impact Talk for Impact fans, featured right here on the TNI network. This is Trey Long, my co-host, J-Bone. J-Bone, say hello to all these wonderful people.
Take two. Hello to all these wonderful people. Folks, I'm heavily medicated.
Yeah, what's going on, J-Bone? You okay?
I'm almost out of the woods. I'm almost out of the woods. Like some parts of the day, I'm feeling like back to normal, and then all of a sudden, I'll cough up like a mud ball or something from hell, and it's getting there. It's getting there. I don't know what the hell I had. I didn't get myself tested. I just hunkered down in the basement and prayed for daylight for a week. So I'm good.
Oh man, listen, I'm gonna change my definition here, J-Bone. I'm gonna go to high def on my camera. But I think I ruined it. Am I gone now?
You're frozen.
I'm frozen. I tried going to high def and it screwed me. Okay, hold on. Oh my god, I just screwed myself, Jay. I totally screwed I tried putting this in high def. I'm using a different computer. That's what I get. I'm using an older computer. God damn it, J-Bone. Here, let me refresh.
People were so excited for the debut. The debut.
I know. That was
of Veer Mahan or Mahan.
Kayfabe, J-Bone. Hold on. Let me refresh. I got to get in high definition, J-Bone. Hold on. I got to refresh here. Hold on a second. Hold on. I mean, entertain these people in the meantime. Entertain.
I can do that. I can do that. All right. Trent will be right back. So yeah, and we're also talking about just because this is super late and we want to involve more of the crew, we're talking about switching this over to Mondays for the remainder of the episodes that we're covering, and we'll talk more about that off the air. So, but that's just a heads up for people that are used to this schedule. Unfortunately, it does go late sometimes because, well, there's a certain rock star. There's a part of this podcast. And, well, those rock stars, they run late at times. And so you have what we have here. Trent's late, and I'm free. So I stay up while others can't. And that's understandable. We don't hold that against them much. I'm kidding. But yeah. So Trent will be back here momentarily. Lots of little things in the news. Oh, look, even Lord Bison is in the chat. And we could talk about that for a moment. Paul, my favorite nephew, good evening or good morning for you. Or afternoon, whatever. A lot of little things happening. Heard that Lawrence Delicious, as we like to call him, Larry D, one half of the former Triple XL, has asked for his release. And I didn't read like the full whatever he put out earlier. And I'm not going to overthink it. It's just, look, let's look big picture here before we judge anything or throw accusations or anything like that. This last year to 2 years did no one in the wrestling business any favors. It completely flipped it on its head how many times for how many different companies, to the point that, look, companies like Ring of Honor are just, completely doing a reboot, if you will. Everyone had to go to their own parts of the country and hunker down and tape from there or go live from there. Everyone was affected by it. And so, and with that came a lot of releases from up north, completely throwing the free agency market on its head too. So there's all sorts of things that are going on that affected people's lives in the wrestling industry. So, you know, I don't know what's going on with Larry. We love, like, I know our core of folks loved. All right, Trent will be back soon. He just messaged me. He's like, stupid computer. Spitting. Oh, Armand, what's up, man? It says more upset that the longtime TNA / Impact wrestler Hernandez is gone. Yeah, and look, he's no spring chicken, but he's in great shape. He's kind of like one of those guys that, you know, because he's got other things that he does, you know, like family businesses he runs. He's got his own dojo or gym or something. He's got a bunch of different things going on. I think he has his own liqueur business, something. Then that's like a family thing. I mean, yeah, he's got a lot of different things going on, and this is just another time at the start of a calendar year where, you know, either free agents are available or they have their eye on certain people and they want to bring them in. And if they have more plans for other people than others, instead of bringing them in and maybe not using them, then you just, you know, let their contract go. And then it doesn't mean you're not going to bring them back in the future. He's a Texas guy. Impact is going to be back in Texas. You know, they're starting to really getting the touring thing going for tapings and live shows. So they'll be back. It doesn't mean that he can't be back. And yeah, we love Hernandez too, you know. So yeah, I mean, look, and that's wrestling, you know. People come, people go. I'm excited to see what's coming as far as, you know, new rivalries, new people showing up. I'm excited for the future for this year of Impact Wrestling. And I got a feeling we're going to be seeing even more new faces over the course of the next month. Either on Impact or possibly other brands from other free agents getting free within the next week or so. I forget exactly when it is. Keith Lee and his better half, Mia Yim, I think they're going to be free as of tomorrow. Don't quote me on that. So yeah, there's a lot of things going on. And that's wrestling, you know. I mean, as long as I've been watching wrestling, geez, I mean, can't tell you how many times in my lifetime where it's like you get used to seeing someone, you really like them, and then all of a sudden they're off your TV, you know, and you don't know what's going on with them. Now, granted, it's a lot more different now than it was back then. You know, social media has completely changed that part of the industry as far as, oh, so-and-so's off TV, but now so-and-so is now giving a live update on their mental health situation or whatever that's affecting them from being off scheduled tapings, or, you know, this is all the kind of stuff that we're just accustomed to now. It's wild. Courtney, good evening. J-Bone, can we talk about the Brian Kendrick versus John Moxley tomorrow? Well, I'll be looking forward to that over in that other little podcast called Smash This Podcast. I'll be covering that over there. Yeah, that's another free agent who wanted his freedom. He wasn't happy with what he was doing, and obviously it was granted to him. So, and who knows? You know, I don't think that's a given that he's just automatically staying there either. I think there's a good chance that Brian Kendrick could show up in the Impact Zone at some point. All right. I think, should we bring him in? Let's try this again, folks. There he is.
Now I can't hear anything. I don't know what. I flew too close to the sun, J-Bone. I flew too close to the sun. I don't know what happened. I tried making it better, and now I can't hear anything. I don't know what I did.
Yeah,
I broke it, Jay. I can't even hear you. I'm going to mess with this a little. I come back after several weeks, and I screw up. I screw everything up here. I try. People are missing me, and I screwed it all up. And now I can't hear a goddamn thing that you're saying to me. Hold on, Jay. Wait a minute. I might have an idea. Hang on. Maybe I have some. I have a thought, and I'm just going to keep rambling here because I can't hear a damn thing you're saying. And I'm kind of thought. Can you hear me? Just give me a thumbs up.
I can hear
me. Okay. Yeah. Thanks. I don't know what I did here. I broke it. I'm a complete disaster. I go away. I went to the island. As people know, I met our buddy Paul. I met our your nephew, and yes. He's my cousin. I'm like the cool cousin. He's your nephew though.
Yeah.
I met Paul.
Yeah. Well, you're like blood
I got
related.
to meet him in Hawaii, but I went there and everything's screwed, Jay. I screwed up the entire. There he is. Paul's in here. He's in the face of the chat. Guys, I can't hear anything. I don't know what the hell I did to my freaking. I tried making it higher definition, and I screwed everything up. I don't know why I'm not even getting the mic options here. Oh, wait a minute. Is this it? No, that's not. Jay, I screwed everything up. God damn it. Hang on. Wait a minute. I think I got it. Hold on. Wait. Jay, can you hear me? Is that it?
Yeah.
Is that it? Son of a bitch. I can't hear anything. Guys, I don't know what I did. I completely jacked this entire thing. Oh, Lord Almighty. Anyway, J-Bone, keep talking. We're going to start this review in a second. I know it's been 15 minutes of this bullshit, but eventually I'll start this review. Okay, one more attempt. I'm going to jump out and I'm going to pop back in. Give me one more attempt at this, Jay. I'll be right back. Entertain these people.
Okay. We're live, folks. Oh my God. Yeah, we could hear him loud and clear, but he couldn't hear us. That's too damn funny. All right. Well, let's see what else is happening. There's some other stuff happening. I heard I'm hearing more and more about this guy. Who's this young Daniel Garcia? This young guy who's been on AEW. I'm hearing all sorts of things about him. He won the PWG Bola. What was that? Best of LA or whatever it is. And then they're really in a different like niche, like all on themselves. It's like you can't see the live show unless you're there. And then the results come out, obviously, because, you know, people put results and stuff out there. But now it's, I'm hearing the show is insane. So it's just another reason to buy the DVD someday. All right, Trent's back.
I'm good. You're going to get me in standard definition, though. That's the best I can do. I couldn't do high. I'm not going to risk the high def again. Is that fair? Is that fair, J-Bone? All right, that's all right, listen, guys, thank you for the page. J-Bone, thank you. You're a saint. Listen, Jay, I got to ask you something in the presence of all these wonderful people here.
Shoot.
So I think it's time for the haircut. Okay, I went to Hawaii. I think the water didn't like me. It started falling out a lot more than I thought it would. I don't know if it didn't like the salt water. I don't know if it didn't. It just didn't. I don't know. The sun, something bothered the old mane.
Wow.
Okay. And I said, you know what? I told Nicole, I said, I'm gonna have to. It's gonna have to go, and it's going. And I might have to either go full J bone, full chrome, or I might have them cut it in layers and see what they can do with it up here. You know, because it's not working. She's going, man. She's going.
So
Jay,
you
I'm gonna need
lost
some advice,
a little,
or I'm gonna need you to help me.
You lost a little more than you wanted to while you were on vacation. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, it's weird. I get to Hawaii, right? And I'm like, what the fuck's all this falling out? You know, I got in the salt water, and I'm lake. We're lake people, J-Bo. We're lake people here. And
fresh for people that don't know what that is, it's fresh water. Yeah.
Fresh water. And I start falling out. I go, what the fuck is going on? You know, like, what happened over here? I'm like, wait a minute, what did I do? I'm telling Nicole, like, she goes, maybe it's traveling, you know, different water. I go, I don't know, man. Something's wonky, like you say, J-Bo. Something's wonky around here. I don't know what's going on. And I think the old hair turned on me, man. And it's time. 40. It's time to go. Mark's here. He's got a great head of hair. Let's bring this son of a bitch in here. Come on, get in here, you Filipino bastard. I want to talk to you.
Is this total nonstop beards? I don't have a beard. Can I be here?
No, your hair is great. I was just talking about how my hair, when I went to Hawaii, for some reason, the salt water and heat, just like my scalp is like, fuck you. And it's just like shedding like a motherfucker.
Oh, no.
Dude, like crazy. I was like, what the fuck is going on?
Like handfuls of hair?
Like, dude, like at least bunchfuls. And I'm like, what in the fuck is happening? Like weird little bunches, right? And I'm like, what the fuck is that? Like, I've always had this one spot up here that like I fucked it up. I used to tie it like Rob Van Dam tight back in the day.
Yeah.
Like you can see Rob's is look at Rob in ECW, it's right here.
Right.
And then Rob now is here because he used to tie it like a ninja, right? And that's how I did mine. I fucked mine up. So I had this, like, I used to tie mine right-handed, so I'd fucking stretch the side and whatever, you know.
It's like JoJo Siwa.
Yeah.
Trent.
Yes.
Trent.
Yeah.
You're not a ninja. I'm just saying.
I'm not a ninja, man, but I used to tie. I was a big Rob Van Dam mark in high school. Okay.
Oh God, he's still like top 5 ever. Fuck yeah.
Have you guys ever met him? He's fucking cool, man.
Like at Hard to Kill briefly.
Oh, you did? Nice.
Briefly. Yeah.
He's a cool dude, man.
In the line.
Hey.
But yeah, so anyway, I was telling Jay, I'm like, look, man, I'm gonna make the appointment later in the month to chop it, and I'm gonna have them do it in levels to see what they could do, if there's a style, or if they're like, hey man, it's too fucking thinned out.
Man,
I'm going full J-bone.
Time.
No, it's dude.
Come on now.
Check this out. At AAW, he's a Chicago referee in general, but AAW, we have this referee. Referee Derek Martha, his name is. He's making a real good name for himself in the Midwest, and he has a mean skullet. I'm talking like fucking chrome and skullet, and he'll tie it, for reffing.
Yeah,
Tommy Dreamer came up to him, and he's like, "You want to make this business? You want to make this business, kid?" And he's like, "Sure do, Mr. Dreamer." And he's like, "Get rid of the skullet."
Whatever. I don't want any advice from Tommy Dreamer on what I should do with my career.
Yeah, seriously.
No thanks. No fucking thanks.
Well, yeah, this is before all that, though.
Oh, okay.
That's funny.
But these people have been patient with me. I have some computer issues here. J-Bone Bush NA. How about that? Huh? Look at that.
What the fuck, dude? Why on earth
Bush
if you're
NA.
drinking? Like, what? But if you're already drinking on out, you don't have to buy the bottom of the barrel.
Well, I have the good stuff also, and this is like it's 11 o'clock. I'm gonna drink this shit. You know, it's water.
It's 11 o'clock on a Tuesday. Like, fuck it.
Dude, this place across from me, this store across from me opened up, and it's called Plant X, and it's like this chain of like organic stores, but they have non-alcoholic craft beers. Like, I got peanut butter IPA, fucking chocolate stout, and it's all non-alcoholic. I'm like, this is your great.
your Patreon money for a 4-pack of beer. Almost. It's like $24 4-packs.
Yeah, basically. Thanks to all the patrons. Patreon.com/WeTalkImpact. All right, let's get on this, guys. I kept waiting.
Started.
I appreciate everybody.
No,
no, I had some computer issues.
Okay. Yeah, you're still
I used to use my. Am I like bad?
Pretty. It's on my end at least. Is it me or you keep freezing up, and then like your volume will drop, like your sound will cut out.
Jay, am I okay? Nobody said anything about this. Jay, am I all right to you?
It's a hair wonky, but it's better than it was before.
All right, I do have a new computer I'm going to be on next week, though. Trust me, I will be good next week. But this one is my old one. I had to just get a rush, get it going. But all right. So we're going to talk NWA-TNA number 98 from the Asylum, June 9th, 2004. Now I was on my buddy Dave's couch on June 9th, 2004 watching this shit. And all we were thinking was, man, we're almost at 100 fucking episodes, Dave. I've been here for almost 100 fucking weeks on this fucking couch, which I should buy off him at this point. But true story.
It's a landmark.
June, it's probably pizza. We're probably doing pizza on a Wednesday in June because it's like easy, you know. But I'll tell you what, for the 100, I gotta call Dave. I gotta remind him 2 weeks.
Yeah, 2 weeks. Well, at the rate we're going, it might actually be 2 months.
No, we'll be okay. We're back on track. I was away, man. I was on vacay. You guys held it down though. Thanks for that, man.
And I also do want to do the shows in between because I feel like there's some consistency there, and I'm really excited about them. So like the next one should be Impact number 2.
Oh, are you
next week?
So we're gonna stretch this out. This is not gonna become 24 more episodes to do.
You know, wait, there's not 24 weeks worth of crossover episodes? Isn't it just like 6 weeks or something?
No. There's it ends at 111. So we got 12 more after this.
Oh shit! And there's an Impact every week between now.
Jay's adding another one. He's Jay, you're a fucking asshole.
You know what though? No, you know what though? Doing that first Impact was really cool because it's only 45 minutes. It's super quick.
Fun.
Yeah,
they're kind of like
fun.
It's kind of like the Rampage of today. You cram like 3 to 4 like really good matches into like an hour plus all the little nuggets in between.
Yeah, I liked the first episode a lot. We'll talk about it.
Okay. I want to say hi to everybody in here. I've been gone for a while. So Courtney, Mayor, Bonkers, Mayor, who hung out with Bill in Miami. I'm going to get that story from him. Chris, Zach, Paul, who I hung out with in Hawaii, man. Dude, Paul is the fucking coolest, man. This dude is cool as fucking a cucumber, man.
The other side of the pillow.
Dude, he's so cool. He's Ice Cube in Alaska. I'm saying, like, this guy is cool as shit. And Mama fed us. We hung out with Paul. Mom fed us. We had Subway.
That's amazing.
Dude, it was great. He's got a beautiful home, beautiful view of the valley. Oh my God. Great time with Paul. Courtney's in here. Yep. Armin's in here, man. Armin's been very active on Twitter lately. A lot of Ring of Honor talk lately. I see that.
Armin's our Ring of Honor guy. We don't see him in here every week,
guy.
But some from time to time, and he always knows his ROH shit.
That's true.
Which I don't know hardly anything about, so it's welcomed.
Armin's the man when it comes to Ring of Honor.
I tell you, it's a very interesting time in wrestling right now to see, like, okay, so who is going to stay? Who are going to be the loyalists to stay with Ring of Honor?
Yeah.
What kind of new blood are they going to bring in? And this is all going to be built over the next few months. Plus, you know, we've got all this stuff tied in with Impact Wrestling. You got new people showing up over here on AEW. You got new brands popping up via Ring of Honor, people like Terminus. Very exciting, which has involved a handful of Impact people as well. There's all these little things going on in wrestling. It's like you can't be. It's like if you're bored, then don't watch it at all because there is so much going on. It's a lot of fun right now.
It's almost too much going on. You know, that's the problem. There's like so much to follow at this point.
I love it because for a while, all there was the shit up north, you know, so I'm digging it.
I watched my first Up North show for about 10 minutes the other day.
I watched about 20 minutes of it myself, too. We had a great, I tell you what, that's the most fun I have ever had in the WWE channel of our Discord, though, was during the Rumble.
It was, I got to say, that something about that event brings it out in people.
Yeah, it's a fun event.
It is fun. And I will be honest, Mark and I were very vocal to each other. We're texting about just the production of WWE. Like, I haven't seen that. I've been away for so long. And Jay, like, we were mind blown by the entrance production. We were like, what the fuck are we looking at here, man? Like
I was sending Trent videos and shit. I spent all Sunday night in a YouTube hole looking up these WWE entrances.
It was like 2 in the morning, Mark. We were like texting each other.
Fuck, dude. Like Zia Lee, like these holograms. I mean, you know, we don't really pay attention too much to what's going on over there. And like you always know that WWE's production has forever been ahead of the game. They've always been #1 in production. That's never been in competition. Even during WCW's peak, they were not even close to what WWE was doing at the time for stage setups and production and stuff like that. So to see what, I mean, okay, like Trent said in our text message, when we got the little raindrop screens for Impact, we were like, damn, that's fucking dope. That's so balling.
Dude, we were like, yeah, remember guys, we got, but Impact production guys call them the finger screens, like the fingers. I call them raindrops. I don't know. I thought they were raindrops. But yeah, we were like, damn, the fucking raindrops are on tour. Like, shit.
Like they brought them to Vegas. Fuck. Then you turn on WWE and there's like fucking imaginary floating fish and like, fucking electricity crackling out of people.
Dude, I couldn't believe it. This entrance you sent me, I was like, what the fuck is this?
Fucking Zia Lee. Oh my god. It had like
dude,
that
crazy
multi-layered curved fucking backdrop
Jesus
stage.
Christ,
like,
dude.
Jesus Christ, they got a lot of money up there.
Oh my god. But yeah, man.
Oh, the fucking ring skirts and the fucking turnbuckles are all digital boards.
I couldn't believe it. I was like,
what's happening at WWE?
Dude, I've been away for so long. I didn't know that stuff was happening there. I was like, what?
It looks
the
good.
Hell?
It looks awesome.
It is pretty good. Let me finish saying hi to everybody real quick, and we'll start. Bison's in here. We had Eddie Boston. That's a new name, right? Eddie Boston. I never seen Eddie Boston here. I said hi to everybody else. Armand Bonkers. All UK folks are all up here. Ronan's in here. What's up, guys? Courtney, thanks for staying. All right, let's get on. I told you where I was. J-Bone. Mark left. I can't ask him now. J-Bone, June 9th, 04. What's going on? That's a tough year, June 9th. 04. Tough year. What's going on with you?
You're
wearing an RVD shirt. I made an RVD reference. I didn't notice. Huh.
I did. I was like holding the T-shirt. And
I didn't see it.
I'm sitting there, you know, wiggling my boobs over here. So yeah.
Late night.
2004. I don't know, that whole mid 2000s is all really blurry. Let's see, that's a year before my son was born, so there's probably a lot of chaos going on in the family at that time that I don't want to talk about because it's negative and I don't want to bring the show down. So yeah, there you go.
All right, Mark. June of 04. You remember where you were?
You gotta bring this back up, Mark.
You're on mute, by the way. Yeah.
So this is the day after my anniversary, so it would have been my third wedding anniversary. But again, we were like
still there.
Yeah, we're at 20. We'll be 22 this year. God damn, it's a long fucking time. But yeah, we were just so dirt poor. Like at this point in time, where the asylum years are, I seriously doubt that it mattered that it was our anniversary. I was probably working both jobs on a Wednesday at this point. Nothing exciting. I want to say maybe this is the year that was the first time we went back to Michigan to visit her family since 9/11. So that may have gone on right around this time because it was around our anniversary. So there's a chance I may have been in Michigan. But
no, that's still fresh in the minds of people. Just a couple of years out from that.
Yeah, big time.
Understandable.
Sure.
Yeah, big time. I don't think I had actually flown at that point since 9/11. I actually took, and you guys know I fly a lot, just like for work and stuff. But back then, obviously,
at one point you were across transcontinental flights.
Yeah. So back then, to not fly, well, it's like right now, right? I haven't flown in a couple of years at this point.
Yeah,
it's fucking weird,
Yeah,
but, that's where it was.
I will say, as a recent flyee, the protocols in place are pretty fucking nice out there. They have done a great job on some of these airlines. Delta for sure.
I was going to say. What did you fly?
Delta, I've flown a bunch during this, and Delta has been the most consistent one.
Good,
perfect, fucking great. So if you guys are gonna fly, I recommend.
That's where I'll look then. Yeah,
that's really refreshing to hear because you hear so much negative out there, like this airline lost this wrestler's gear and they had to show up in their underwear, or some crazy shit like that. And you never hear any positive. So it's nice to hear especially for someone like Delta, because
they take a lot of heat from wrestlers. You're right.
Well, they do, and just in general, because there's so many like shortages in the traveling industry right now. It's ridiculous,
Yeah.
Flights getting canceled. I'm surprised, honestly, that we're not hearing more about so and so not showing up at certain tapings, or a certain group of people that travel together because of all the cancellations going on.
Yeah, I gotta say, man, some of the airlines really got it together. Delta being one of them.
Yeah, I mean, and hey, that's you speak with your dollars, man. If you're a safe airline in a time like this, I will absolutely book with you over, say, Spirit or somebody like that. So
no doubt, man, no doubt. All right, let's get in here. Let's get into the show, guys. June 9th, 04, number 98. We're almost at 100, which is a big show at the Asylum. I really hope Sabin Knight's in the chat. Yeah, that's gonna be going. I gotta get Dave in. I gotta call him tomorrow at some point and remind him. But kicking off the show, they give us a recap of the King of the Mountain, which debuted the week prior. That was King of the Mountain match where Jarrett won the belt in the inaugural King of the Mountain, hence the moniker that has stuck with him today. So that's the one he won. And then they kind of cut to a clip of Raven in an empty ring, kind of just doing like a come on.
Hey, that's the same place where they kicked where the New York, like when
yes,
right,
with Simon, that?
Yeah, it was Simon and Shane. Was it Shane? They kicked his ass there.
It was no. Well, they had Simon getting beat up by Glen and
that's what it was. Yes, that's what it was.
And then they tarred and feathered him and shit. Yeah, cereal on.
Yes, that was ridiculous. That's
here's the funny thing. What is that? Because it's almost like it's like a training school.
It looks like a rodeo ring to me. Like if you put a dirt circle in that, it looks like a billion ranches out by me that have fucking rodeo rings.
I'm guessing somebody had a school in that. Like that's next to the Asylum. That's part of the fairgrounds. I'm guessing somebody had a school in there they were doing training on.
Maybe so. It sure looks like a dirt on the floor, horses in the barn type place to me.
It's probably just where they had like pig races and shit.
Yeah, something like that
kind of joint. It's a fairground, so
yeah, pig races.
Pig races.
those are big up near you, J-Bun. Pig races.
It is
Midwest.
It is. That's true. You're in a Midwestern state.
Yeah, they open up the show with an orchestra, or like these little mini orchestra in the ring playing the TNA music, like, and like which is pretty funny. And there's a table with the NWA title on it. And is this JB the announcer at this point, or there's somebody else announcing this? It seems like
that was JB.
Was it JB? Okay,
yeah, it was JB.
Like he was just using his most professional. He was just like projecting more, or something. I don't know.
He asked us to direct our attention to the stage to present the immortal Jeff Jarrett. I was like, oh god,
please rise.
Jarrett comes out with a tuxedo. I love TNA here. TNA's like, are you kidding me? Like he's all just swapping arms. The orchestra plays him in. He demands that Russo come out and put the belt on him. Russo comes out, like no hesitation, comes out, puts the belt on him, and there's a crown. This is the King of the Mountain crown that goes on him. And he asks Jarrett why. He's like, why? Why did you do this? Why do I have to do it like this? Why are you like this? And
it's a good question.
Yeah,
it's a fucking good question.
Yeah. So he says like, we were a team. We did this as a team together. We started this company as a team. And Jarrett's like, what team? It's always been me. And he's like, you got. And Russo's like, let's be a team. Come on, let's join force. Let's be what we were. And Jarrett's like, what are you kidding me? And it's like, you've been against me this whole time, and now you want to be you have the nerve. And then he starts choking Russo, and he says, you better bow to me, goddammit. And he's like, starts choking him. 3 Live Crew runs in, makes the save. And Killing says Jeff Jarrett is going to have a 3 Live Crew triple Jeopardy match. This was interesting. So
I thought this was really poorly handled, personally.
This opening segment? Go ahead.
No, the match is later.
Oh, okay.
The names they give these matches later. Oh my god!
To me, I thought the whole thing was super cringe. 20 years out, like maybe back then, I was like, "This is fucking awesome." But watching it today or yesterday, well, mishmash of both. I was like, what is this?
The matches themselves weren't any great either. That's the problem.
Oh,
they were so rushed.
Yeah,
you know?
that's where my problem was with them, was the matches themselves.
Just too rushed and gimmicked.
They were just
you know,
bad. Yeah, they're bad.
We go, oh shit, guys, I've been gone so long. I forgot the most important part
bell.
of the show.
The fucking bell. Scott Hudson.
Scott Hudson with Elix Skipper and Mayor has requested that every time Scott Hudson appear, we also play the Scott Hudson.
It's too much.
I know. We're gonna be hearing the ICP all fucking night here.
We got this guy again.
But he's with Elix Skipper. Daniels is injured, so he can't be there. So Skipper says they have to wait for the AMW rematch. He'll be back when he's good. Trinity comes up, Mark's girl Trinity, who our buddy Mike Larkin got for a fucking interview.
Yeah,
that is a rare one. So I told Mike, I'm like, dude, I'm gonna piggyback on this. I gotta get Trinity now. But she comes up and talks shit, like she does. And bunch of shit. New York Connection comes out. Swinger says it's swing time, which did you guys catch that?
Yeah. Yes.
An early drop of the swing time.
No daddy, but it was.
I know, no
time.
daddy. He was definitely he was a new guy then. He was still a young boy at the time. So
I don't know if I would call Swinger a young boy in 2004.
Yeah, that's right. He was like a veteran then, right?
Yeah.
He started in '93. So if that gives you any context.
Where did he? What was his first big promotion? What large promotion did he start in?
He went to he wasn't I think ECW is the major exposure, basically, is what it was.
So nothing big before ECW then.
Nah, a bunch of New York indies and like Niagara area indies and stuff like that. He's busy.
You guys swing?
Yes, absolutely. His uncle is Tony Parisi, former WWF tag team champion. That's his uncle. So
that was his name. And it was something Parisi in
Johnny Parisi.
Yeah.
He took his uncle's name for but his uncle is a former Vince Senior era tag champion.
Okay. It doesn't sound familiar. I don't think I know him, Tony Parisi.
Yeah, not too well known.
Are we talking WWF era?
Yeah.
The extra W era. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Pre Hogan, all that.
Okay.
All that stuff. Yeah. That old classic.
When I was born, it was like, I think the last year. Billy Graham was champion when I was born. I think that was the last year.
Yeah, that's when everything changed, man. That was it. His uncle, I believe, is still alive, though. No, he died in 2000, Tony Parisi. But he was, I'm trying to remember who he was tag champions with. But yeah, they come out there. They basically talk some shit to Elix, and they says that they'll take the title shot that you're giving up today. So, I don't know. The pretty straightforward segment. Very, I think Daniels was injured here is what happened. So they just had to pivot off of this.
Yo, low-key, the tag division is so ready and stacked at this point, though, that they can change. Like, imagine if this happened now, like Carl Anderson gets injured because he was in the 2012 G1 finals or something, and he got injured. And what are you going to do? You can't sub people in as easily now. Back then, man, there was a lot of trios and tag teams waiting in the ranks. You even had the Naturals who get no time that were a viable tag team. Right now, we don't have anybody like that.
Yeah, the Naturals ended up being more of a Orlando era team than anything. That's where they that's where
05, right? They kind of break out.
Yeah.
Which I'd stopped watching at that point.
They were good. That's where Chris Candido was managing. That's what got cut short. That was
was he man? Well, that's right. In that cage match, it was a 6-man, right?
Yeah, he was. That's where he got injured, and then he went to managing them. He taped the management. Oh, it's fucked up, man.
I heard it was
that's one of the worst.
I heard for Christopher Daniels, I heard it was bad sushi.
Bad sushi.
Could have been. He used to be going back and forth to Japan at this time, like all week long. These guys are nuts. And these
is this the era where he's IWGP Intercontinental Champion, or is that
probably
later?
Man? He was you guys want to remember, Chris Daniels was the first branded indie guy who made this a full-time job.
Right, never worked at the DE or anything.
Right. I remember reading an article in the mid '90s or late 97. And you guys remember Chris Daniels is in the background of Beyond the Mat. He's warming up at one point.
Is he really? I haven't seen that in 20 years, 30 years. Whatever.
When those two guys are having their tryout match, you look in the background and Chris Daniels with hair is stretching out.
Shit.
Yeah, he's in the background. But he was so busy in the mid late 90s ish. I remember reading an article that he made 6 figures without ever stepping foot in the WWF on TV.
It's amazing.
And
back then,
it was come crazy because he was like living on the road. You know what I mean? This guy was. Paul, we'll see you, man. He was phenomenal. I mean, Chris Downs at this point was literally he'd fly to these. I mean, not just him. A bunch of these guys, Jay, would fly to Japan. And fly back for these tapings and go back to fucking Japan.
That's fucking nuts.
Japan. It's not like they're going to fucking, like Florida. They were going to fucking Japan.
That shows you how important it is to keep your spot.
It is, man. It totally is.
Their first year and a half, that was half of the X division was doing that.
Absolutely.
Tanae would say, "Oh yeah, low key just got back from a tour in wherever, just spent the last 4 months in Japan. Now he's back and going after the X division. That was like the whole first year. You'd hear stuff like that on a weekly basis.
Yeah,
so crazy.
It's one.
Go ahead.
It's one thing to work Puerto Rico or Mexico.
Yeah.
It's another thing to work Japan in this at the same time. Like as someone who has traveled overseas a lot, I can't fucking imagine. I hate to travel more than once a month international. These guys are doing it once a week. I can't even imagine how.
I'll give it to Jarrett on one thing. The first title reign or the second one. I'm not sure which one it was. This is his third one he's on, I think, at this point.
Is he really on 3?
No, I'm sorry. This is the second one.
2.
So the first one, dude, the tour he did. Remember they showed it too. He went to like New Zealand, Australia, England, fucking Mexico. Like the dude toured that title. Like it was a traveling champion. Yeah. I give it that, man.
Absolutely.
They go to some clips of the Orlando tag title change from AMW beating Cash in Dallas, which you guys reviewed, right? So that was on episode 1.
Yes.
And then there's like a new promo about teaming back up and stuff. So that's cool. Like they went hot with Orlando debut.
Oh, dude, that first show was all the big names, people from WWE that they have that you would recognize. Like it was really a best foot forward, like really nicely produced. It was fast. There were 4 fucking matches. They were all short, but at least decent for the limited time they were given. It was a great first show. Like if I had watched that show at the time, I can see why people were like, "Oh, here's my alternative." It was that good of a first show for them in the Impact Zone.
A lot of fun. Crowd's hot.
Yeah.
Production's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember because Dave and I were like, man, I was just here Wednesday. I can't come back here Friday. Like he lived in the burbs, right? So like he taped it and then we watched it before the following Wednesday. But like I had watched it at home, but then we watched it again together.
You watched
3 hours back.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, we were fucking nerds. Like, you guys understand. The reason I get so upset at Impact sometimes now is because I gave so much in the early days. Like I am a fucking OG, dude. Like I have some, like I am day one motherfucker. Like that's why I get so pissed off about certain shit nowadays. I'm like, yeah, fuck you guys for doing this.
I was saying this to Trent the other day. It's funny. I'm an OG TNA guy, right? Like I've been watching since the beginning of the pay-per-views almost, since Raven showed up. But then I lapsed for a whole fucking decade, so I know nothing about the company. And then I know the Anthem era and the Global Force era a little bit. That's when I kind of came back. Because do you want to know something? I don't think I've ever mentioned this. The reason I stopped on Impact for the first time in a long time when it was on Pop was the green ropes. I was like, what the fuck? Yeah. I was like, what the fuck? Why are the ropes green?
I thought that was a nice, fresh looking change.
Did you like it, Jay? You actually like the green?
I can't say I liked it, but it got me to stop the channel or to stop and go. And then I realized it was Impact. And that's when I kind of started watching Impact again a little bit. So those green ropes are partially a little bit responsible for me fucking watching wrestling again.
And you smoke a lot, bro. It could have been something you smoked.
It could have been that.
I love fucking green, dude. I love green.
These ropes are green.
You could have smoked some shit and been like, pink ropes. What the fuck?
Yo, Dixie's fucked up, dude. She's like some fucking shit.
Man, again, that's another one. And I count myself lucky that 10-year lapse didn't give me room to hate Dixie. I always liked Dixie, so I still like Dixie.
I love me some Dixie Carter, man. She's a sweetheart, man. I love Dixie Carter. The holy grail of interviews will be Dixie Carter for me. But she's awesome. I'm Facebook friends with Dixie Carter. Did I tell you that?
No.
I am Facebook friends with Dixie Carter.
Oh, Aunt Dixie.
Aunt Dixie.
I wish she would come back.
Nice.
Just once. Just fucking once.
Put her in the Hall. Just put her in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, you have to, dude.
I mean, come on.
if Jeff Jarrett's in, you got to put Dixie in.
Yeah.
I don't know. JB should be in. I think Russo should be in.
Yeah, I agree.
I think Don West, Mike Tenay.
Does Russo come back and play a significant role after the beginning of Orlando?
No, dude, he was there from 02 to 13. Resurrected.
Oh, okay. He was there. Okay.
Yeah.
He was there
I mean, that's a long. I mean, he took a few sabbaticals in between.
Yeah.
But
he's already had a break. That is a long time.
But dude, that's a long time. You know what I mean?
I didn't know he was there that long.
And that's their peak eras, man. They're talking when they were drawing 2 million on Spike. I mean, that's Russo writing with Matt Conway as a second, So that's pretty impressive. I mean, that guy deserves a spot there. And he was on screen too. So anyway, let's get back here. They go back to Raven in the remote location, waiting for Sabu's answer for the Clockwork Orange House of Fun match, which I fucking love. And they show Sabu pacing. They cut to Sabu pacing in the locker room, and he stops and he pulls out a picture of his uncle, the Sheik, and he's like, "Give me answers." Looking at it "Give me answers, uncle. I need answers." Where did this picture come from?
Yeah, I didn't get that at all. And then they kind of explain it a little later.
Yeah,
what his uncle has to do with it. So
help me out here. I've been in and out on Time Machine Tuesday, unfortunately. How did Sabu get here?
Raven fucked with Sabu a month ago, Jay-ish, a couple weeks ago.
Well, they were teaming for the longest time, but it was just
after the Sandman thing,
Yes,
but then he disappeared.
Their timing was horrible, though. They would always be together in interviews, and then Raven would have something, Sabu wouldn't show up. Sabu would have a match, Raven wouldn't show up, and there would always be the discussion, between Tenay and Don West, oh, where's Sabu? Isn't he supposed to be in Raven's corner? Or it'd be on the other side, it'd be oh, well, where's Raven? Where's Sabu? And it would go back and forth week to week.
Yeah.
Okay.
Raven started off by screwing Sabu, not showing up for a tag team match. Okay. And then Sabu got beat
Which is
up.
typical of Raven at this time. We've seen him with Sandman. That's kind of one of Raven's things right now.
And he's focused on the tie, he can care less. And then Sabu did it to Raven, then he got pissed. So there was
the classic kind of tag team.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So
I didn't know that was going on, so I was surprised to see this between Sabu and Raven.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's been real slow. It's been a slow burn. It hasn't been a focal point of the show. And now the fact that it's away from everyone in a little remote area thing, it makes it even more weird. Oh, the sun's out. Raven's out during the day.
Right.
What's going on? Raven's what the hell is going on?
I will say this. If this is Russo writing it, I'm going to put something over about this. What's interesting about it is that they kind of ran it in parallel behind the entire Raven going for the title story, this whole third time going for the title thing, leading up to the King of the Mountain. They ran the Sabu storyline back here with Raven, so that when this ended, when he doesn't get the King of the Mountain win, he immediately pivots right into this story.
Okay,
and they kept it so perfectly going, side by side, that it's cool. Once that's done, you immediately have a storyline to go into, and it was perfect. Raven has 0 downtime in this at all. I think Chris Harris. I think it's weird because he went immediately from I got another shot at the King of the Mountain, and I'm back in the tags, and I win the tag belts. There was no pivot point of it.
Okay,
So Chris's was weird.
That's good storytelling. I mean,
it is. I thought they did a great job. And I'm going to credit Russo and Raven. I'm sure had a part of this. I was going to say Raven. Whoever put this together is brilliant because they immediately had a shift, and that's something today I think is horribly missing from wrestling. Running that behind this parallel behind the scenes story that you can go right into.
I'll give you one really fucking fantastic example of that happening in the modern era is the Wada Cash story. That's now done, unfortunately. Perfect. But they went back to the well on that so many times because they kept the Wada Cash out there, and it became absolutely the perfect object to build story around from any character. It was super flexible.
Brilliant.
They could use it anywhere. That's what you need so that you can always keep. And do you remember for that year, year plus, what, 18 months that storyline ran or something like that, starting online with Rhino and Hernandaddy in a fucking arm wrestling match. And they built that up into a main event fucking storyline that involved half the roster. That was one of my favorite storylines in the Anthem era of Impact.
And then it evolved into Swinger doing Swinger's Palace with the money and starting his own thing. Yeah, crazy how it just grew.
Yeah, we got 2 years of storyline out of an arm wrestling bet.
God, that's so good. That is so good.
It's great shit.
And even a romance between Bravo, who was working at the Swinger's Palace, and the what does he call her now?
Swingerella number 3, right?
Yeah, well, he calls her something else now. He's running around backstage looking for Brunhilde or something.
Oh, Brunhilde. Yeah, Brunhilde. Norse goddess Brunhilde. Valkyrie, for those of you that watch the Marvel Universe, Brunhilde.
I'm going to see him on Friday. And he told me, like, you guys saw what he wore at Hard to Kill, right?
Oh, dear God.
So he said, should I wear that the next show? AAW show. I was like, dude, absolutely. Like, you want to bring that shit? Like, fuck yeah, bring that. Nice. So I hope
it's so loud.
It's so loud. I'm so
Bravo's closet must look like Sesame Street threw up in there.
To me, my favorite thing about Bravo is the resurgence of a career at 44 years old. To me, is amazing. Like that he had like this second coming of a career.
Well, I mean, and let's face it, like good, reliable managers are hard to find.
Yeah.
People who can accept their role as the secondary and supporting positions and really throw themselves into it. Bravo always has.
Absolutely. And he always has been known to do it. So I credit him for that.
He can do so many different things. Multi-talented.
He's so fun. He's so fun.
Yeah, he's a great addition.
We go to Michael Shane with Tracy in his corner.
Shane.
Versus Chris Sabin, who main evented Impact last week, by the way.
Yeah.
Again, it's crazy to me. He's like 3 years in here at where we're watching, and this dude main evented Impact last week, looking like $1 million. Like,
let me build on your enthusiasm for fucking Chris Sabin real quick. Please. Trent and I had an offline discussion the other day about how James Storm we saw grow from this like. James Storm's fucking sucked on the mic, okay? And the Asylum is fucking awful, right?
The cap guns, in the early days, like cheese ball, man.
And we saw James Storm become what he became. Yeah. So, wait, fuck, I lost my train of thought. Help me out here, Trent.
We were talking about James Storm's evolution.
And then I brought up Bob Roode, and I said Bob Roode may be the best example of a guy that we've seen in Impact Wrestling go from like really green, not a star to absolutely like main event status star. Chris Sabin at 3 years in is already a main event status star. And this is why Chris Sabin is probably the best Impact Wrestling athlete of all time, because he's been at the top almost since day one. And he's never let his foot off the gas. And you could easily build a case that he's better now by leaps and bounds 20 years later than he was back then, which is absolutely fucking mindfuck.
And after 3 ACL tears, that's 3 tears, by the way.
God, no shit.
The fact that he's recognizable, but he's so completely different.
Yeah, it's crazy to me. It's crazy to me, man.
He's the best. We're so lucky to have Chris Sabin.
Just a very good talent, man. Like just a great
top notch all time talent.
I mean, he's a Hall of Famer, no question, right? Like Chris Sabin is Hall of Fame for them.
If that doesn't happen, then like, what's this company even here for?
So, did you guys notice during this match? Jay, you're great at reading the signs. There was a sign that's visible during this match. Did you catch it? It's in the front row, dude. So there's a dive. I think Shane dove on Sabin. And I see this fucking sign in the front row, and it's basically
it's right behind the goal.
Got this guy again.
It says Scott Hudson is tremendous. It was brilliant. It's just this
bright yellow board.
I didn't catch that, but that is great. That is great.
Yeah, the guy is brilliant. When you see him on the ground, the guy who has it is it's behind the guardrail.
Yes.
And it's a bright yellow sign.
You can't miss
Okay.
it.
I was
You cannot
up.
miss it. I was like, holy shit. Like Bill would be losing his mind with that one. They go to picture in picture with Shane Douglas at this point during the match. And he's like, I know where to find Raven. Like he's marching around. Match was good. I thought it was solid. And Michael Shane wins. It was a good X Division match. Weird win, but they are still very hard on Michael Shane. Like they have a big hard on for this guy.
Why though? Why?
I think it's because they really felt he could be their Shawn Michaels. I really think they thought he could.
But I mean, we are now 2.5 years into Michael Shane's arrival at the company. Yeah. Longest X Division championship run under his belt at this point.
First Ultimate X winner.
Yeah, first Ultimate X winner. And there, like, I feel nothing for Michael Shane, like nothing at all. He's an utter failure at this point. I don't understand the faith.
I understand what you're saying, but now this is the point where he's, you know, they had the whole thing with Shane Douglas and all that drama.
Mm-hmm.
Now he's flying solo again. Mm-hmm. So, you know, there isn't going to be some, oh, well, he's tucked behind this guy over here. Or he's tagging with this guy. I mean, you'll see that like later in the next couple of years, he'll tag a lot with guys like Kazarian, and they actually had matching gear. And I don't remember if they actually had a team name, but they had like the white and the black and the green. It looked pretty slick. It
was under Raven, like Serotonin. They had the team Serotonin. Remember?
I wasn't watching them, but I know the name.
That was a little later, I think.
Well, there was a period where Kazarian went to the E for like half a year, and then he didn't want to. Yeah, and then he like didn't want to cut his hair or something. Then still filmings fuck off, and then he came back, and then they repackaged Michael Shane, and they were all disciples of Raven as Serotonin. It was really interesting. Anybody in the chat remembers the Serotonin story? If you can put it in there, I'm trying to remember. I remember the debut. They were all like on their knees in the ring, and Raven was like whipping him with a fucking Singapore cane. It was
that was when he wore like all white, right? And he was
creepy. It was really weird.
Yeah, he had creepy makeup, but it was all white. He wore like a white suit, white top hat, or some shit.
White skirt.
Yeah, it was Michael Shane when he changed his name to Matt Bentley. It was Michael Shane, Kazarian, and Johnny Devine was the other member of Serotonin.
Johnny,
so that's what it was.
There you go. Armin's got you. Raven, Devine, Kazarian,
that's it,
Shane.
Baby.
Michael Shane as Matt Bentley, right? AKA Matt Bentley.
Yeah,
that's it. I don't remember what year that was, but yeah, I remember
07. 06. That's when that one happened.
Oh, okay.
And he left in 07.
That's like real quick.
Yeah. I did see him in 2015. My buddy and I went to a GFW show in Iowa, Clinton, Iowa. Oh. And I remember seeing Michael Shane was on the fucking show. I was like, holy shit, it's Matt Bentley, Michael Shane. Holy crap.
I would have popped. That's awesome.
Yeah, it was cool to see him at least once. But yeah, so where are we at here? So we go to so Michael Shane wins, and we cut to Shane Douglas. He finds Raven, and it looks like this is officially when Shane Douglas is an interviewer now. He's backstage interviewer.
Yes.
And now, did he do interviews on the first Impact episode you guys watched?
Yes. He was the backstage guy.
So he already went to backstage guy at that point.
He was, but it was awkward because wasn't he looking for someone?
Yeah. He was. He was backstage looking for somebody, but I don't remember
something. Yeah,
that's what he did here, right?
It was brief. It was brief. Whatever he did in the first episode of Impact.
So they
Hudson had a lot more time than.
Yeah. So Shane Douglas goes up with Raven with the microphone, and Raven kind of makes fun of him. He's like, "Oh, you finally found something you're good at, you know, whatever." And Shane's super cheesy, like interviews, like, "Ha, I guess I am." And like Raven and Sabu, he mentions this is interesting. Raven mentions that him and Sabu have never had a singles match at this point, which blew my mind. I was like, "What?" Yeah, never had a singles at this point.
I missed that. How's that even possible?
I know. Go figure, right?
That's wild. Yeah, I remember them talking about that, and then that's where the whole thing with Sabu's uncle comes into play, and it was like a promise made because they used to tag a lot in ECW, right?
Yes,
they were champs, right?
Under
not these two. No, they weren't tag champs together.
Oh, did they not have belts together?
I thought I could have sworn they were tag champs at one point. But
Dreamer,
anyways,
Raven and Dreamer were tag champs.
Raven and Dreamer were.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Crazy.
But yeah, that just kind of shocked me of all the rivalries and matches and all the time that Sabu was in and out of ECW. Same with Raven. I'm like, they never faced. That just blows my mind.
Crazy, right?
Yeah. I think what was even more funny was the camera angle that they were like looking down at Raven during this segment, and Shane was just just outside the ring with his arm like sticking into the ring, and there's Raven using a messed up trash can, like dented in trash can, as a pillow, and he's just kind of staring, laying there staring up at the camera, and they're talking back and forth. I'm like, this, what the hell is going on here? It was just so funny. It wasn't one of those like, creepy things where Raven's sitting in a dark corner. You don't know where he is, but he's surrounded by camera, and there's Scott Hudson scared shitless. Something's gonna go get him. No, this is broad daylight. Yeah. And Raven's using a trash can as a pillow. And I'm like,
I love the Raven character. To me is just, I mean, remember Raven, the guy, like the actual Raven himself, like the man behind Raven. Scott, what's his last name? I forgot his name. Scott Levy. Yeah, Scott Levy is a former military guy. He grew up in a very well-off family, but just a completely tortured fucking soul. Like, this guy is like completely tortured fucking soul. But what a G. Raven goes, he starts off as a wrestler, as like, what was he like? Scotty Hot Body or something?
Johnny Polo.
Johnny Polo, Scotty the Body, Scotty Anthony. I
forgot about that.
Yeah.
Scotty the Body.
He did WCW early on, WCW. But goes to be Johnny Polo. They want to make him a manager of the Quebecers. And then did you guys know they gave him an office job in Connecticut to like be a producer for the video or something? He was like a brain man. Dude, he was smart. So he's like, I want to fucking wrestle. So dude leaves there and goes and turns into fucking Raven, like in ECW. And then like that's like amazing. Like the guy's like, I don't want this 6-figure office job. I want to go be a fucking tortured soul.
To be fair, when you come from wealth, you have a lot of options. The rest of us don't. Yeah, so let's not give him too much credit. Let's not gush over his born wealth.
Yeah, no, seriously. His dad was. His dad was the senior editor of the National Enquirer.
What?
Yeah, that's what it was.
What the fuck, dude? I would love to smoke a joint with Raven. I bet
he would do it.
Most interesting person on earth to fucking smoke with.
I met him briefly once. Never got a photo. I think I got an autograph from him. But what a fucking, like, the guy to me is an absolute genius.
Is he super weird in real life when you meet him?
No, he's those people you meet, like certain artists who are always like, they're always thinking about the art, right? Mm-hmm. So when you talk to them, unless you're triggering something that's furthering the art talk, like, he's cordial, but it was like, you could tell he's completely like engulfed in his mind, like what he's doing. But the guy's a fucking genius. He's a Mensa fucking guy. You know what I mean? Like, that's a genius.
Are either of you guys watching NWA? He's doing something over there.
He's a producer. He's a head producer for them now.
Dude, he's the head producer.
He's one of the top agent producers for them right now. Yeah,
I thought he just had an on-screen role.
No, he's doing fucking agenting from what I'm told.
Oh, yeah. Really?
It's piqued my interest in NWA. Like, I kind of want to buy the Fight TV pass just to see this now. Like, dude, character development from Raven.
Oh, dude, if they let him be in charge of characters, we could be in for a really great NWA run.
Plus that Cardona stuff's going on there. I'm like, kind of want to watch it now, man.
Like, and Kylie.
Yeah, like there's different shit going on there right now.
Well, Jay and I have watched a little bit of NWA here and there.
Yeah,
it's been hard. It doesn't grab you. It just there's something missing. But maybe Raven is what's missing.
It's had a slow restart. It's because they made Trevor Murdoch their champ after Nick Aldis, and it was like, what else you got? You know,
that's exactly it, right? Like the talent pool, like they have JTG and like the Pope and some really cool guys. Yeah, but the roster's pretty limited. The studio setting is it's a little bit quiet and kind of soft and stale. I don't know. It needs something. I hope Raven's that kick in the arm, because I really want to like NWA again. You know, the first run of Power was so fucking fun.
Man, with the fucking Dawkins song, dude, into the fire. I was like, this is the
and
shit.
they don't even use Into the Fire anymore. They don't even. They changed the theme song. Like, come on.
They changed the to Pantera.
Did they really?
They changed. They changed it to some Pantera song, and then the Panini hit, and then it just disappeared. So
it threw him off. Is everybody aware that we call it the Panini? Because we can't say the other word for what this last 2 years was. So we call it the Panini thanks to Alicia. She named it the Panini.
It works well. It's easy to remember.
It does.
I love it. So yeah, I'm intrigued. And I know Raven's very involved there. And they tape in Atlanta. He lives in Atlanta, so it kind of works for him, right? So
man, there's quite a local talent pool in Atlanta. You got Gresham there and Kira, the NWA people, and you're close to Florida. I mean, it's not surprising that they haven't had trouble pulling talent, but they need a core that's not Nick Aldis. That's what it is. It's just Nick Aldis at their core. And Trevor Murdoch, I
feel like they're going back to all this with another reign soon. I really think they are.
How much can you give one guy, though?
I don't know. I'm at this point, it's like you gotta give it to somebody else. Like, build somebody else at this point. He's a grand looking champion. I get it.
Oh, for sure.
But it's
in the classic mold.
Yeah, but it's been 2 very long reigns. Like, I get why you have to change it, but like, you need somebody else on that level.
I mean, he's got over 1,000 days combined in 2 reigns. That's just nutty.
Look, I'm gonna always say this about Aldis, like him or not. I mean, he helped reestablish that title.
Oh, no doubt.
So I can't knock that.
He kept it alive, and he
toured it too.
He did. Yeah, he toured it. He stayed humble with it. He worked with Corgan. He really was a team player, and I will absolutely give it. Love him or hate him, I will give him props for the business end of it all the time.
Oh yeah, respect for what he's done for the belt. But again, 1,000+ days and 2 reigns is too much. They've got to find somebody else beside Trevor Murdoch, but they really need to find a core of talent they can build off of all this on.
Yeah. I always said, I'll say this and then you get back to the review. I always said that Corgan needs to find a Tony Khan to really kick this thing in the ass and get it going. But
in terms of money and funding, you mean?
Get some real backup so you can really throw something into it. Get yourself some.
I would guess that cash flow is probably an issue. It's a one-man operation with a guy who doesn't have infinite money. He's not, like the ultra billionaires we hear about every day in the news. He's rich, but he ain't that rich. So
can I gotta share an interesting factoid with you guys, man, about the NWA title. I just learned this like 2 days ago. And there's a podcast called Wrestling with Tragedy to talk about it's like Dark Side of the Ring, but a podcast.
Yeah.
They did Kerry Von Erich. They talked about him winning the title and everything, and it was based focused on the title basically. And I don't know if you guys know this. In the original NWA title, he carved his initials into the plate. Google NWA Championship belt, NWA Heavyweight Championship KVE.
Okay,
and just type that in, and you'll see. And like, apparently, when he lost it back to Flair, he only had it for like 20 days.
2 weeks, 18 days.
18 days. And when Flair got it back, apparently the story is him and Harley were at a photo shoot.
Shit.
Do you see it? Can you share it, Mark? Can you share it if you have it up?
Yeah. I don't know how to hold on.
It's the original belt. Now, I don't know if it's been buffed out since. I don't think so. I don't think they replaced it.
Let me find a larger. This is a really small picture. Let me find a larger picture.
So yeah, Jay. Flair is like and Harley at like a photo shoot or something after Flair gets the belt back.
Okay.
And they're looking at, they're kind of just shining the belt, and he's like, "What the hell is this?" And look, and it's KVE is carved into the plate. And they're like, "This, what the fuck?" Like they were saying what they were getting at. He was so out of it, like he was so out of it. Sometimes he thought it was okay to carve his fucking initials in the title belt. It's like,
my God,
this is the only picture I can find.
See whatever you can.
And that was Kerry.
Kerry, yeah. You beat Flair at the Parade of Champions show. Which Mark, were you in Texas in 80?
Oh yeah,
was 85?
Oh yeah, my entire dude. That's all I grew up on was WCCW and Houston wrestling.
Do you remember when that event took place?
Yep.
Like,
It was the greatest. My grandmother, who got me into wrestling, as you guys know, was a huge Von. I mean, I grew up in Von Erich country. I'm a massive Von Erich fan because that's how I grew up. So when Kerry won the title, it was the greatest wrestling moment of my life at that point.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Was it like a big, do you remember the? I'm sorry, Jay. I just want to ask one quick question.
That's all right.
Do you remember, like, was the buzz like real? Like, was that legit in Texas? Yeah.
Dude, it was a big deal. We went to Houston wrestling at Sam Houston Coliseum not long after Kerry won the belt because he was still champion. So it had to be within 18 days when I was a kid.
Within the 2 weeks. That's amazing.
I'm like 9 years old or something. And I remember them playing it there, like on the audio, like the sound of the crowd in Texas Stadium when Kerry won it. It was a big dude. You got to remember when it comes to wrestling, this will always be Von Erich country first above everything. Like there is nobody more important to wrestling in this state than the Von Erichs. And to this day,
Texas has some great history. I'm surprised now you saying all that about the Von Erich family and their lineage. I'm surprised you don't watch a little more MLW because that next generation, the brothers.
So I bought the pay-per-view they won the tag titles at. And it was in Dallas. I forget which pay-per-view it was. It was like 3 or 4 years ago. And that was the moment that I had been following MLW because I was watching at the time because of them. And like they had a bunch of good people then, right? Like Callahan was there and Austin Aries was there. They had a bunch of
the rotating door at that time.
Yeah.
The booking in the Milwaukee tapings where they did like 5 or 6 shows, that stretch was some of the best shit they ever did. I mean, it was controversial because, Sammy Callahan, spit on Cornette, but dude, he had that brawl with Mance that literally came inches from me. That whole thing. Aries was there. I still love Aries.
Yeah, that was the time when I got that pay-per-view because it was only like $13, and I had been watching MLW, and I knew the Von Erichs were gonna win the tag titles there in Dallas, and I was like, man, this would be awesome. I fucking hated that whole pay-per-view, and I was like, dude, if the Von Erichs winning the tag titles in Dallas can't get me into your promotion, this is not for me. Because that's like my whole fucking childhood, right? Like it's the Von Erich fucking titles. So I knew then that MLW was never really going to be the promotion for me.
Yeah, they've had a lot of.
I honestly want them to leave really badly and come to Impact. That would be so fucking awesome. I mean, I know they've been there before, but it was
we also need tag belts here, tag teams, in this damn company. I will say this: there was what was the event? I think it was a Slammiversary, the one in Dallas. And where the Von Erichs had the dark match against I want to say Robbie E and the now Joaquin Wilde, I believe it was.
Yeah,
you remember that? And
totally. And that was before that was when they were really green. That was before they went to Japan.
Yes,
and really.
Is that the same run where Kevin does the claw?
Yes,
at the paper. Okay,
dude. Fucking that stadium ripped apart at the claw, and this is like 20.
It's fucking claw, baby.
12.
It's one of the most recognizable finishers in the history of the business.
Dude, that clip's online, and just see when Kevin gets in there, he ducks the closers, and he just goes for the fucking claw. And like Dixie recalls, she's like, I couldn't. She goes, like she's a Texas girl, man, and she's like to her, she was like, I had a Von Erich, I had Kevin Von Erich throw a claw in a TNA ring. She goes like the 1985 teenager in me was like fucking set. And I love hearing that shit because, dude, she grew up in that whole thing too. It's like to her, it's a mark out moment, man. Thank you, Hakeem. Slammiversary 2014. Please go find that clip and just listen to the crowd.
I've seen it before. I actually sought that out when I came back to wrestling because I found out that the Von Erichs were in Impact. And I was like, whoa, what? For real? But it was like really, really brief. And then Lacey was around too with the Beautiful People, but it was like really short too. I think I've seen all the stuff they did in the company, which is not much.
No.
Right?
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what,
and that was fun. She was gorgeous, but there was like nothing really memorable about it.
She's around. She's popping up in the Texas scene again now that the Texas scene is.
I heard she's been popping up.
She hasn't been wrestling, but she's been seen at several events and she's doing signings around the state.
Smart.
She's gorgeous though. She's
a
beautiful girl.
I would love to see her come in. I would love to see any Von Erich come get a job at Impact. Honestly,
I think the boys should. Kevin's kids, definitely could walk in today. They look great. What is it? Marshall and
Marshall and
can't remember the second one's name, but it's Marshall or something.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Courtney will steal it. Good night. Have a good night. Thanks for hanging out with us.
Well, and with them comes presumably at least an appearance from Kevin. So
he lives in Hawaii actually now.
That's the thing is they all live in Hawaii and they don't want to tour in the US. They want to stay with Pop.
Yeah.
That's why.
And I can totally respect that.
Guys, if you haven't seen that, WWE put out a documentary, but there's the other one called the my God, the Heroes of World Class. Have you seen that documentary, Mark?
Yeah, you told me about it. I watched it like a year ago.
God. Yeah, there's 2 clips in there that absolutely make my heart break.
It's fucking brutal.
There's the one that
I know what you're gonna say.
There's the one where he walks into the sportatorium where it's still up and it's like it's like being demolished, but he's in there, and there's a shot of him from the back, and he's sitting there and he's literally standing in the aisleway that he would come down all the time with his brothers. And he kind of is like looking around, and he's like, you can tell the emotion, and they kind of pipe in a little bit of a crowd, like over on the edit, you know.
I've been in that building, by the way.
That is fucking cool to me that you've been there. And there's another scene where he's at home, and he's literally got all the photos of his brothers and his family on his wall.
Yeah,
and he's like, I should be here with my brothers. Like, I should not be here alone. Like this isn't how it's supposed to be. They should all be here with me, and we should be growing old together. And dude, I'm fucking bawling when he's saying that shit. Like, that broke my heart because he's the only one left. He's the one fucking left.
The line that broke me in half was, I used to have 4 brothers, and now I'm not even a brother.
I'm not. Oh, that's the one. Oh my God, dude, it killed me when he said that.
Brutal, man. Just brutal.
My God.
They're the greatest. They're still the greatest wrestling family that's ever lived. No one will ever top them. They changed the whole business as a family.
Isn't that great, man?
Man,
guys, honestly, I have and Mark, I'm going to make you a copy of this at some point when I get my hands on a DVD burner. I showed you that set I have, that whole Von Erich.
Yeah.
It's like I have like a 12-disc like Von Erich and Freebirds feud set. So
that's wild.
Yeah, that's Jay, if you ever want to have a viewing one day,
you know what's so funny too?
Is
the Freebirds are my all-time favorite stable, because like when you grow up on something, like it never leaves you, right?
Never leaves you, man.
It's for whatever, like they're the NWAs. NWO is a way cooler stable, but they'll never be the Freebirds to me.
No, but to me, the NWO is like my heart, like to this day. You know, like so because we had a little bit of age difference, right? That little generation difference is.
You're right.
I fell into that category because I was a teenager then, but as a kid, as a little guy, I was more into the hearts and stuff like that. Like I was more of a heart guy. But like when I became a teenager, fuck yeah, NWO was cool as shit.
Yeah.
All right, let's continue. We'll blast this out, then we can shoot the shit. But so where are we at here? Okay,
we're doing a review.
Yeah, we are. We're about halfway.
Oh, is this about the Von Erichs?
Yeah, seriously, we should do a Von Erich chat on Patreon. Seriously, I would love.
We should do an after dark and just talk about like 80s wrestling shit.
If you want, I'm up for it.
Yeah.
I'm hanging out today.
Oh, tonight?
Whenever you want, you let me know. I'm down.
Cool.
I'm kind of getting the groove of the new schedule, the new work schedule now. So by next week, I should kind of know where I'm at.
So let's come back with Hit and Run too. Jay, if you guys haven't seen last week's Hit and Run and you're on Patreon, Jay joined me for what's normally Mark and Trent in the middle of the day.
Thank you, Jay.
Hit and Run. So Jay and I did Hit and Run, and we did not hit and run. It was like an hour and a half or something. We did it for Jay. We just kept hitting.
Even ours are bullshit though. We still went an hour.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
Heavily medicated.
Yeah. They show Sanjay Dutt consoling Sabu backstage, and he says, "Don't worry, I'll tell him after my match." But I know the way wrestling is. They're like, "Hey, Sanjay, you're Indian, and he's playing an Arab guy, so you guys are kind of like the same, right? You could be his buddy."
Like, brownish.
You guys are in the same room. You guys, and it's like
brown guys got it right.
Yeah.
It's old school, Meyer. I almost said mayor. We're back in Mayor.
But I know they're like, you're Indian. He's playing an Arab guy. Go for it. You know, you're cool. Sabu, real name Terry Brunk. And he's a quarter Lebanese almost.
I actually thought he had no lineage. He does have a little bit.
Little bit.
Okay.
On his mom's side, I believe.
Okay.
That's what it is.
All right. I'll give him a pass.
Little bit. He's got a little.
He'll always be Sabu to me. Scott Levy will always be relevant to me.
That's true. Scott Hudson with David Young talking about how he's having a gut check match tonight.
We got this guy again.
and then he's 0-53.
I fucking popped at that. I was like, is this for real?
TNA, the brilliance of Mike TNA, throws that in there after he goes and kind of alluded to, Jay, you must have caught this. He alluded to the fact that they are counting his house show matches too.
And his explosion matches and everything. Yeah.
It's counting everything. So he's 0-53. His spot is threatened. D-Ray 3000 walks up and he's stoned and he's in the treehouse.
Where's the ring, man?
Yeah. He gets into the he's like, well, I'll challenge you for the gut check. And he's like, fear the fro. You don't mess with the fro, fear the fro. And then he walks away. And then Scott Hudson's like, no, the ring's that way. He's like, D-Ray, the ring's this way. And then we go to the gut check match. It's David Young versus Sanjay Dutt versus Sharkboy versus D-Ray 3000.
Shout out to David Young, by the way, backstage. What gut check? What the hell's a gut check?
What the hell's a gut check? I haven't. You mean my job's in Jeopardy? Like
I already work here. What the hell?
Such a goof.
Such a doofus, man.
I enjoyed it. What did Sabin I was telling us, like he was cool, but then he like wasn't cool forever, or like people turned on him for some reason. I forgot what he told us about him. You gotta ask him again.
Like he used to be really over, and then something happened.
Something happened with him.
Where he became less of a fan favorite. Like he was saying him and Harris and like a couple of others were kind of like the asylum. Like
they were the guys.
Yeah.
I thought Young did really good in this match. Go ahead, Jay.
I thought this whole thing was hilarious. The fact that they're like, racking up, losses for David Young. And I was like, holy crap. So my brain, because I've seen just a stupid amount of wrestling throughout the decades of my life, my brain automatically went to Kurt Hawkins, a.k.a. Brian Myers, loss record in up north from like a couple years ago before he got let go.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, so that Kurt Hawkins isn't the only guy that wrestling has done this to, and it was in TNA. That's hilarious.
WCW ran a losing streak storyline. Who the fuck was that?
Yeah, it was the
it was a thunder. It was a thunder. It was a thunder losing. One. But they had a thunder losing streak person, but I don't remember who it was anymore.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Who was that? I totally forgot. You're right, Mark. Yeah. I thought Young did really well.
No.
I actually thought this was a good match.
It was a good match.
I like D-Ray 3000.
D-Ray botched really bad in this match, though. He was all over the place.
He's fucking funny, though.
Yeah,
dude.
he is funny,
so
though.
funny.
He's very over in Orlando days. Sanjay ends up pinning Young and gets the win on this. And but it was like I said, Young's like, what the hell? God damn. He's all funny.
I was telling you, because of his look, I can never get into David Young, but I do appreciate like his ridiculous work. Like, he's an easy guy to appreciate.
He is. He is. I'll give him that.
It's just the look, man. He's so early 2000s.
He is.
He's
just that dude. He's dude with regular name.
Yes.
Dude, that's it.
And he's such a reflection of the time. Like he'd have frosted tips if he had hair. You know, he's like the perfect character.
So many guys like that, though, man. Yep. Like now, I feel like they've gone back to that kind of thing now. It's all regular name dudes who look like that. It's just regular dudes,
Yeah, big time.
It's weird.
Look how hard. Go ahead, Jay.
This is one funny thing from this last, switching to last week's Impact Wrestling, where Morrissey defeated like 8 guys.
God, yeah.
Someone and I just kept this in here in our review because I thought it was hilarious. Someone in like the fandom site where we get all like the results from and we plug it in our description.
Yeah.
Someone put W. Morrissey defeated VSK, Zicky Dice. You ready for this? D-Ray 3000, David Young, Elix Skipper, Mickey Batts, Lex Lovett, Jarrell Clark, and Shocker in a 9-on-1 handicap match.
That is every class. You want to talk Orlando? That's the Orlando fucking crew right there.
That's awesome.
That's great.
And then I because I'm not the smartest guy on the planet. I was like, wait, were those guys really? Oh no.
Guys, I'll tell you what, I think it's on Netflix. There's a great documentary about Shocker actually on streaming. Yeah, it's fucking great.
On Netflix? What's it called?
I saw it on Netflix. I forgot what it's called, but it's streaming somewhere. Just look for Shocker wrestler documentary.
Yeah.
It's great. It's actually really, really good. It's basically the guy who should have been a bigger star. He was in Mexico, but should have been a bigger star with all the push that they were giving him at some point, and wasn't great. It's a great documentary though. Highly recommend it.
I need to find that.
Yeah, you'd like it, Jay. You definitely would like it.
Mexico.
Now Shocker wasn't around. Shocker wasn't around here yet, but he shows up later, and he blows up the X division, dude. I just love me some Shocker.
It wasn't a bad run, man. It wasn't a bad run. It was a decent
Lucha Mexico is currently available on Apple TV for rent. It's streaming on Tubi for free. I'll run it in the treehouse if you want to watch it, Jay.
That's where it was, Tubi, my buddy.
Or actually, I'll run it in the Discord public if anybody wants to watch it, maybe during the day tomorrow or something.
Toss it up.
It's
later
probably
this
got
week,
it's probably got ads like every.
It does.
Minutes, yeah.
Well, that's fine.
Get that soundbite ready, Scott Hudson.
Oh,
get it ready here.
I'm over in the comments.
We got this guy again.
With 3 live crew, BG, Konnan, and Ron Killings talking the Triple Jeopardy match. Now, Konnan is going to have a Barrio strap match because he's from the Barrio and he's Hispanic. And BG's having a trailer park trash match because he's white. Trailer park trash.
He's from the trailer park.
Yes. Ron Killings is having a ghetto justice match because he's black.
He got the best name, though. He got the best name.
Ghetto justice match.
Yes.
It was kind of cool.
I know the ghetto and I know justice.
Oh, real quick. Shout out to Hakeem Fullerton, who just put the Kevin Von Erich clip in the Discord under the Retro TNA Talk channel.
Thank you, Hakeem. Very nice. They're talking about the match, kind of what it consists of and everything. And they go to Team Canada. Eric Young, Bobby Roode, and Petey Williams with Scott D'Amore taking on Heavy Metal, who Mark just doesn't like at all. Hector Garza and Jerry Lynn. Why did Hector Garza come out in a bath towel?
I was wondering.
Did you guys catch this?
It's a gimmick change, right? It has to be.
It is, but it looked terrible.
Yeah,
it looked terrible. Yeah. Like I thought he legit forgot his gear. I was like, holy shit! This guy did not have his fucking gear. Like, he was in the shower and they're like, come on, you got a match. Oh shit!
Who was it that you booked it that showed up in street clothes because they thought the Indies were like casual?
Oh no! Sorry. What's his name? The dude, the We the People guy. What the hell's his name?
Sam Adonis?
No, from WWE. He's in AEW now. Jack.
Jake Hager. Jake Hager.
Hager. Yeah.
What was his name in WWE? I forgot his name.
Jack.
What the fuck was his name, man? I don't know. Dude, this motherfucker, not cheap, because this is like we were the first indie he got, right off of WWE. This motherfucker shows up in basketball shorts, right? Because he doesn't have any actual like gear that's not WWE-ish, I guess. I don't know. Doesn't know how to run the ropes because it only ran a 20-foot ring. Cannot run a fucking 15-foot ring because there's footwork involved. Like you have to, your steps are different.
Different pacing, yeah.
Jack Swagger. Yeah. Thank you, Aki. Total fucking disaster. Like the guy he was blown up in like 2 minutes. Now, like him or not, he fought Elgin. And Michael Elgin saved that fucking match. Like Elgin that dude carried him like to a match. It was ridiculous. This dude blew up in 2 minutes. Fucking 2 minutes. He was
like, and he's a real life fighter too. He's like a UFC fighter or something.
He was Bellator,
Bellator.
But he didn't know. He didn't know how to pace that. He was that shell of protection of the WWE.
Yeah.
That didn't know how to do it, man. What a flop. What a fucking flop.
I just think it's funny. What was his reason that he gave you, though, for showing up without gear?
I thought the indies were casual and laid back. Yeah.
Like I didn't know that. Basketball shorts.
Yeah. I thought that's what the indies are. I didn't think we wore fancy gear on the indies.
Okay. Not if you want to be successful.
Yeah, that's great. Speaking of which, we have speaking of guests, we have Ron Simmons coming on Friday, which I think is pretty cool.
Whoa, that's super cool.
Damn, that's gonna be great.
That's badass. What's he gonna do?
He's doing a signing, and he'll probably make an in-ring. Do
something on the show.
Ron is on the show, and
that's awesome.
I thought it was really cool because we're doing a thing on AAW's socials. We're celebrating Black History Month, and we're celebrating like all the African American athletes who've come through AAW. Mm-hmm. And I thought it was really cool that on the 30th year, it's 30th anniversary of him becoming world champion, first Black world champion.
That's cool.
30th. It's 30 years this year, and we have him in Black History Month. I thought, which I think is pretty cool. On year 30, cool. I thought that's really cool. That is so cool. If anybody's in Chicago, definitely come by and meet Ron Simmons. I think it's pretty nice.
Fucking love me some Ron Simmons.
Yeah, nice. He will sign anything. He's signing. If you want to sign Farouk, you want to sign Ron Simmons, whatever you want, he'll sign it. So let him know.
That's awesome.
Anyway, so it's Team Canada versus Jerry Lynn, Hector Garza, and Heavy Metal. Jerry chases D'Amore out at one point, but the match is great. I thought the match was fucking. It was clear?
Heavy Metal's a fine wrestler. It's just the whole package that really doesn't do shit for me.
Yeah, so over Mexico though. So over Mexico.
His in-ring is not special though for a luchador. It's solid, but this guy, if you're standing next to Hector Garza, you better fucking bring it.
Yeah, I know Jay loves Hector Garza. He's a Hector Garza guy.
Oh yeah, I hadn't seen him since I watched these back when they were on TV live, and I loved it. And it's crazy that his son is doing the same gimmick.
Nephew.
I thought it was his son.
No, nephew. Yeah. I thought it was son too initially, but he was only 42. Right. He died at 42.
And just a few years after this, right?
Yeah. And the kid's like they were like one of those like Eddie and Chavo things where they're like nearly grew up together kind of thing. So because the kid's only he's like 33. No, I'm sorry. Hector died almost 10 years ago. So I don't know. But
Garza Jr. is not that old though.
No, he's not. He's maybe I got that backwards, but
he's definitely got it. Like he's got the family genetics for this.
Hector's bigger, he's like a heavyweight,
Dude,
I'm like a fucking luchador.
Dude, I keep trying to fucking make you watch Andrade, dude. Andrade is fucking Hector Garza.
Well, I did watch the match you sent me against Kenny.
Oh, did you like it?
I loved it. I thought Andrade was great.
Yeah, I mean he reminds me. Doesn't he remind you of Garza? He's big. He can move. He can move, style, like same sort of style.
What is he doing now? Is he in AEW? Where is he?
He's now trying to buy out the Hardy family office or something.
This is the storyline.
He's been relegated to lower mid card.
Oh man,
yeah,
too many guys. Too many.
I mean, dude. Yeah. To me, Andrade El Idolo is a guy who is absolutely top tier, world class caliber in any country, in any promotion. I don't understand why he hasn't been a world champion yet. I put him above most people working.
Get the Hispanic audience to tune in on that. Like why not? People would say
so good
because they really haven't. Jay, am I wrong? Have they taken a shot on a true Hispanic champion in the modern era, like any of the companies? Who's put a Hispanic champion out?
Last time WWE did it was with Patron.
That's
same for Impact. Same for Impact.
Same for Impact, right? Yeah. And I'm shocked no one's tapped into that. That's one of the biggest wrestling markets, and no one's done it.
I just, God, Kenny winning that match against Andrade was just such the wrong. It really
killed
a damper. Yeah, it put a huge damper on Andrade's momentum. And
you had Flair come out and everything. I'm like, what?
Yeah,
you still fuck this guy.
that match was like just absolute world class caliber. Everything about it, and then it was booked poorly at the end.
Yeah, terrible, man. Terrible fucking set up with that. D'Amore hits Heavy Metal with the hockey stick, and Roode pins him. Team Canada wins, plus a post-match beatdown, and the two teams brawl. Jerry almost gets them.
Roode's powerbomb is pretty dope.
He's a thick boy here at this point. Roode's pretty. He's already pretty big.
I mean, it's certainly thanks to D'Amore, which I still think is, dude. His celebration post-match with the crew. And he's just full on Scott D'Amore mode, just
we're going to go back into the streets of Ottawa and march on. Like he does the French Canadian out of nowhere.
Yeah. He's hilarious. I love this whole brand new Team Canada. I mean, it's so fresh and exciting, and they focus on Petey Williams more.
Yeah.
But it's almost like how good Petey is.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost more fun to watch what Roode and Eric Young are doing at this time, because there's points where you see Eric Young do some stuff in the ring where it's almost slapstick fall down bumping. And it's like, oh shit, he's pretty good for being this young.
Guys, I'm telling you, Eric Young is one of the most multifaceted wrestlers I've ever seen.
Yeah, he's a talent.
I'll be honest with you. Not full disclosure. Now I can say it. Almost had him for AAW Friday. Almost. That close.
But he was unavailable.
He's booked. Yeah, we almost had him. We needed a opponent for somebody. You know, Leo Rush is out. He's injured, so he can't fight Josh
again.
Now. Yeah,
again.
So we're figuring some shit out. But we were looking for who can we put up against Fidget. We want to start throwing a lot at Fidget while some of the contenderships being worked out, like kind of the other contenders.
What's his current storyline or his current rival?
Fidget right now. Well, the thing was, we were building up some stuff going on to, basically he beat Freddie High for the title. Yeah, and then he was supposed to. The storyline was Swan, but Swan had COVID, and then Swan was out. Couldn't have the match.
That's what I meant. What was Fidget's next storyline?
Supposed to be
Swan. Okay,
Swan, and then they had the baby. Swan and
baby is born.
Yeah, I'm sorry if I spilled that. I shouldn't. I don't know if I shouldn't have, but they had the kid. Unfortunately, everybody.
Congratulations! Since you put it out there, congratulations.
Sadly, like they got COVID too, so that's why Swan couldn't make the last show of ours.
Please.
Yeah, so that's why. I mean, everybody's getting it right. It's fucking whatever. It's happening, but thankfully everybody's okay. Baby's okay. Everybody's fine. Good. But yeah, he couldn't make. So Swan had to miss 2 shows, and it was like then Fidget also had COVID. So Fidget had COVID last show. Swan. So our main event was gone for Destination. Luckily, we had Ruby and Josh, which was the main attraction. So that saved it. But the title match was fucking gone. So like his title reign's been very disjointed. So we're just like, okay, let's build him up some fights. He's fighting Laredo Kid on Friday.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. So we're basically we got to establish him back into like fighting mode, and then we can get Swan back in and close that out. But Laredo's going to be
EY would have been a one-off.
Yeah, but
big win.
I talked to the team, and I'm like, look, he's taking bookings now, like because they have a touring schedule for Impact. He knows where he's going to be now,
right?
So I'm like, if he's from Nashville, man. Like we have a Nashville, like Shaft is from Nashville, right? So he'll like jump in the car with Shaft or just fly over, like whatever, like it's a cheap flight from Nashville. So I said, look, let's make Eric Young a regular, dude. Like he's cool. He's a fucking name.
Yeah.
Like people want to. I like Eric Young a lot. I'm a huge Eric Young fan. I would love to produce him. So
yeah.
If you can't get and Sammy was a regular for quite a long time.
Mm-hmm.
So if you can't get him, well, yeah, why not EY?
I think EY's great. I think it's a perfect guy to have. He can still go. In his early 40s, he can still fucking go. Cuts great promos. The look is there. Like it's a no-brainer to me. It's a cheap flight from fucking Nashville.
EY's early 40s with a lot of miles left on the tread too.
Yeah, I go to I was talking to Danny Daniels who owns AAW, and I was like, we never booked him, and he's like, yeah, but I'm like, he's like, I put him over twice back in the day. I think he owes me a favor. So let me see what I can do.
Did Danny ever win?
He did. Yeah.
Okay. Every time you have a story though, he's putting somebody over.
He was very generous, but like the thing was, he was very generous. He put these guys over because he was doing Explosion stuff. So that's where he was putting a lot of these guys over for either Explosion.
Yeah. That's what he was there for.
Or for D'Amore. He worked D'Amore's territory a lot. Like BCW. Like he's all over BCW. So these are all D'Amore's guys. PD, Eric. So when he would go to D'Amore, BCW, he's putting his guys over. That's what it was,
course,
So he's got to put these guys over. So I was like, so he's like, yeah, I put him over twice back in the day. So maybe.
It's just funny that every story you have with him, it's like, I was putting this guy over.
Yeah, it's awesome. The feud. I just watched. Danny's on the WWE Network. He's on Peacock, and he's fighting. I texted him. I go, motherfucker, I forgot. In your second year in the business as a referee, you got a shot at the ECW Heavyweight Championship as a heel referee against Jerry Lynn. Because he screwed Jerry. They had that whole little feud, and Jerry actually fought him and beat him in like 2 minutes or something. But it was
he had a world title match.
So I said, I'm like, you've actually fought for the ECW title. He goes, yeah, I guess. I don't know.
That's not. I guess that's a pretty. I don't give a fuck if you got squashed in 10 seconds.
I know. Because it was a nice feud. I keep telling him, like, you should be so much prouder. I'm like, in your second year of the fucking business, you were in the main event of an ECW pay-per-view. And then you were working for that. I'm like, get the fuck out of here, dude.
What pay-per-view? What pay-per-view is that?
I want to say it was Living Dangerously 99. The one where Jerry Lynn won the title. The Jerry Lynn's title win, basically, in Minnesota.
Okay.
Yeah. It was fucking great, man. So
funny.
Anyway, let's wrap it up here. Let's keep going. So anyway,
we're gonna hit 2 hours.
I know. Jerry almost gets D'Amore with the pile driver at this during the beatdown, and then but D'Amore gets away, and then he gets the NWA flag and rips it. And then Sabin and Elix come out to make the save, so they're setting that feud up. But D'Amore's gonna rip the NWA flag, you know, and all that shit.
That was almost the cover of this week's video.
The rip.
Dude, yeah, because he does a total like Hogan on the NWA flag. He goes, ah!
Yeah,
I know. And like it stops at one point because his arms are too short and he has to readjust. He's like all the way out. He goes,
we are almost to Mark's favorite segment of the show, so we're almost to there, by the way. But real quick, Raven's waiting for Sabu. Sanjay comes in and says, "No match, Raven, no match. You know about the promise." And Raven's like, "Fuck your promise," and whoops Sanjay's ass. And like he goes, "Promises are made to be broken," and he whoops his ass. Sabu later comes in and checks on Sanjay, like, very, very lovingly. I'm like, "Brother, I'll help you."
Since we're from remotely the same area of the world,
since they both just chalk us up as Arabs brown. Anyway.
Yeah, brown dudes. Poor Sonjay.
Poor Sonjay.
We both wear baggy pants. Let's be brothers.
Basically. Sanjay,
and you know, Sanjay didn't even get any offense. I mean, come on.
None. Dude, he was a rook here, man. Yeah. He was going to put everybody over. He had to. That's what I'm saying. Like, when you're young, you're putting everybody over, man. You know, that's how you get favor. Well,
he already won the match just earlier in the gut check.
True.
So he was good.
Sure, he was good.
I mean,
good point.
They put him over twice. You get a beat down from Raven, and you won a 4-way match.
Yeah. That's a good fucking point, Jay.
Not bad.
Not bad.
Some good TV time, right?
You're right.
We go to Scott Hudson.
We got this guy again.
He's with Jeff Jarrett talking the Triple Jeopardy match, and then they go right to that match. Jeff Jarrett. This was terrible. It was like total of like 6 minutes between 3 matches or some shit.
Awful. Yeah, it bad.
So first one's against Konnan in the Barrios strap match. He beats Konnan with the straps. And then,
dude, can we just really quickly, like, please. Okay, we've seen some hard 10s, right? Yeah. This wasn't even remotely on the level of a hard 10. Konnan comes out, whips this motherfucker like 8 times in a row, and then hands it to Jarrett.
2 points, 3 points,
over. I was like, dude, if these guys were in the hard 10, like, there's no way, man. You didn't even defend yourself. Grab some shit from the crowd. Jump out of the fuck. This was terrible. Anyways, go ahead, Trent.
Such a mess. And then you have JB counting like he's just count by
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
7, 8, 9, 10 points.
Yeah.
Like, get the fuck out of here. This is so terrible.
2-point Jarrett. 3-point Jarrett.
This is so fucking old TNA asylum shit though, right? Throw shit out there and see what works. We got the King of the Mountain, which was a wild success. Yeah. Ultimate X, wild success. And then we got Hard 10, this shit. It's just like, whatever, man.
Yes, you try, right?
Just throw it out.
The BG match, the Trailer Park Trash match, garbage. I mean, he pins BG. It's nothing special. And then he loses the Killings after he accidentally hits a guitar shot on Andrew Thomas. So he loses. They're keeping Ron really fucking strong here, man.
Very.
I still think the second title reign was bullshit. Didn't need to get a second title reign. It didn't need it. It was so rushed. He dropped it in like a week or 2.
It was so fast I missed it because I wasn't watching. Yeah. I didn't even see it at all. That's how fast it was.
I was so excited for like to fight because I heard about the second run and I'm like, oh, it's coming up. It's coming up. It's got to be because he's getting involved in these matches again. Mm-hmm. And then all of a sudden, boom, he had it. And what killed it for me was like Vince is all over the place at this point. You know, he's like, he's trying to be the good guy, but he's got the thing against Jarrett. But and they keep replaying the clip when they do flashbacks to this feud. When Truth won the match, Russo, if you watch it back, Russo lifts his hand and his head sinks and he like points at him like, yeah, this guy won.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like Russo wasn't like, he was like upset that he had to raise his hand. And it was like, oh God. So like you got Truth that's like, yeah. And then you got Vince next to him holding his arm up with his head sunk down. Like, oh.
They're probably
kill the vibe on that one. Totally.
Yeah.
This whole every bit of this segment and story on this particular episode is garbage. The early promo, the backstage, and the matches are all terrible. Could have done without all this stuff.
You're right. This episode, story-wise, is very fucking disjointed. Like, it just doesn't have any meat on the bone, right?
No, like the matches are fun, but it's kind of in a post wonky stage where things are shifting. You know, like Jarrett's champion. We're trying to figure out his next big opponent. Oh, it's all of 3 Live Crew, but Ron's at the top of that. He's the most important part of that. That's why he's last, and that's why he got the win.
Yeah.
The tag team thing is all getting kick-started again with Team Canada, AMW, NYC, and all those guys. The X Division is what's absolutely consistently on fire throughout all this.
Yeah.
And that's why it's a headliner here.
Have you guys seen that meme? That meme of like the guy and his girlfriend walking and he's looking at the other girl, like walking past, like, ooh.
Of course.
Okay. I figure at this stage, the guy and the girl, it's TNA, it's Asylum, and it's a girlfriend of the girl walking by is Orlando, like Impact Zone. And basically what's going on here is like, they're like, ooh, let's look at those storylines in Orlando. And the Asylum's like, what about me? That's what's happening here.
They're like, just put Jeff Jarrett over there and have him wrestle whoever and win.
Okay, now this is Mark's favorite segment of the show. This is his number one moment of the show right here.
I don't even remember what was next.
3:15 a.m. We're in an office. It's an office interior setting. Goldilocks with a camcorder.
What is this? And
Goldilocks is threatening Russo. You can't make people think I took Watts' money. Are you crazy? You think I'm crazy, Vince? You think I'm nuts? She is Psycho Goldie. And she is it says 3:15 a.m. She's in her office. She goes, You want to tell people I'm nuts? You want to tell me I stole his money? Oh, come on, Vince. Come on. And she's fucking crazy girlfriend at this point.
This segment was so what the fuck.
It was
she wants because I'm like, well, what is the point of all this? We finally figure it out.
Yeah.
She wants Watts's contract. She doesn't care about the money. She's like, screw the money. I don't need it. She's telling Russo, we need to have Watts versus Abyss. And if the match isn't official yet, I don't know where this is taking place. But she said if Abyss wins, Goldie gets Watts' original contract.
Mm-hmm.
And if Watts wins, she'll just go away. Or something like that.
Yeah. Well, could they not spend like $20 on this segment to make it look like a real fucking professional production? That's what was killing me. I was like, man,
they spent all that on the entrance videos. Did you see Jeff Jarrett's new entrance video where the name and everything's all like mirrored? And
JP got the extra package.
Yeah, and
maybe had an extra long flight to work on it. Yeah,
the guitar explodes. The name kaboom.
I'll tell you what, real quick. Goldilocks' latest podcast guest is Jeff Jarrett. Very interesting. It's only a half hour.
Paywall? Is her podcast?
No, hers is free. Hers is free.
Yeah, it's on our YouTube too, I think.
Yeah, dude, it's great.
Okay.
It's like she's talking about Jarrett firing her and everything. It's like it's a nice little. It's quick.
That's cool.
But it's fun. It's a fun one if you like this year era, right?
Well, if you're watching this show or listening to this show, then you probably would like that. It's Goldie's pouring her fucking everything into this segment. Yeah, she's absolutely busting her ass in this segment, and the whole thing is so laughable because it's filmed on some dude's camcorder on like a triple recorded over VHS tape. Yeah, it's like, come on, dude.
I mean,
this
are they doing it on purpose though? Like to show like shit, she's just got a quick camera setup and it's nighttime.
So, maybe, but like you couldn't even hear, like the audio was shit.
I know.
If it was just the video, maybe it was on purpose. But with the audio too, like you're never pushing out bad audio on purpose. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, like I can see what they're going for. Like she just has maybe like a little cam that she set up to say the message. But yeah, I think for the sake of television, you still gotta make the audio, so I can hear it. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's a funny one. Don West, black on black on this one. Definitely looking smooth.
Looking dapper.
Look very dapper. he and TNA recapped the debut of Impact last week. At this point, the debut episode of Impact Wrestling on Fox Sports Net in Orlando. And they do a little return teaser for D'Lo making his return, which is ironic because D'Lo has been taken the fuck out by PCO currently. So,
that's true. And actually, it looks like we have a permanent new announcer.
Is Raywalt the guy? He's not bad, dude.
I think he's actually really good on commentary.
I think he's good, and they found something he can do.
But you know what I like, and maybe you weren't there for that conversation, Trent. I like that with Raywalt at the booth, you've always got an extra Impact guy to help or take a beating from the ROH.
I like that.
Smart. Yeah, it's smart.
I like Raywalt. I don't want to get too.
I'm getting around to him.
Yeah. Him on color, not bad. Dude.
You know what it is
with the other guy.
It's cool that he's so diverse and flexible. They could do a bunch of shit with him, and you got to love that. He's a good valet/manager for Deanna. Yeah. He's good on commentary. He's good in the ring. He's got a nice voice. He's got a little bit of everything.
He can do a little, exactly. You just said, you can do a little bit of everything. He's got a great heel, snarky, charismatic color guy. So,
And J-Bone, I know you probably, I wasn't familiar with him, but Fella, who doesn't listen or watch wrestling too much anymore, but Fella mentioned how great he was in NXT, I guess.
His solo stuff before he did the Vaudevillains.
That's what it was that Fella loved, Vaudevillains.
Yeah.
The tag team or stable? Yeah.
The tag team stuff was okay, but his solo stuff right before the Vaudevillains was fun. Like he would do like an operatic thing, and it was over. I mean, that was a very unique crowd at that time too. Like everything was fucking over in NXT.
Over.
Yeah. But what he did was good.
Nice.
And always had a great response.
I like that we're seeing that. He just seems like a really creative mind, and that's who Jimmy Jacobs is too. You want guys like that around, just really sharp minds for stuff like this.
I like that Tom Hannafin. Is it Hannafin?
He's so good.
I like him. I was a big Striker loyalist, but I gotta tell you, Hannafin's great.
A million times better than Striker.
He is very good. I cannot say he's not good. He is
so
very good. He's
very smooth, very professional,
very knowledgeable.
Yes. Yeah, like he didn't come in like, Eric Young, is it? He didn't come in like dumbfounded. He knew everything. Like it was smooth as cream cheese.
Well, Jay, did you listen to the Van Vliet and the Paquette podcast he was on?
Yes.
I have not listened to either, but I've heard that he's high on Impact's history too.
It's please, go out of your way. Take a couple hours out of your day here and there. Listen to the Renee Paquette's, the oral sessions with Tom Hannafin, and listen to Chris Van Vliet's interview with Tom Hannafin. You really learn like who Tom is, because I watched him for years up north and always thought he was like the next Michael Cole. And when they booted him, I was like, the fuck? Really?
Why don't I remember him from the E? Like he must have just been kind of vanilla there.
They threw him all over the place.
Oh, good commentator, man.
He's fucking great. Yeah, he's a killer signing. That's a great pickup.
We're on the main event here, real quick. Scott Hudson.
We got this guy again.
With AJ talking the X Division title match coming up against Kazarian, and this to me is the most heartbreaking segment of the show, to be honest, because. This match is incredible. It's AJ and fucking Kazarian.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's 20 minutes.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
Every move, every spot, everything. You expected. Yeah, everything.
And fucking Mike Posey, this cocksucker referee, piece of shit asshole motherfucker, completely botches the ending so bad that AJ Styles visibly looks at him and goes, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" Like you could see him on screen go, "You fucked up," and Posey's like, he's red faced. You took a perfect fucking match and just shit on it, but with that shit finish. Fucking Kazarian. So what was the finish? Like the spiral tap, whatever it was, I forgot.
Yeah,
Kazarian kicks out.
It was the leg drop one, was it? Maybe it was.
Whatever it was.
You're right. You're right. It was.
Fucking Kazarian clearly kicks the fuck out.
Yeah.
And this idiot counts at 3 and literally doesn't wave it off. You have that moment, Jay, where like as a referee, if you're smart, You know that the guy kicked out. I can wave it. No, pin, no pin. Continue.
Right.
And you continue on.
Right.
This moron.
Refs do that like all the time, like a big dramatic. Oh no.
Yeah, my hand fell. No pin though.
Part of the job.
Yep.
Right.
And motherfucker, this guy continues with it and sit there declares it. And everybody's confused. TNA, West, JB, nobody knows what the fuck. The audience silent. Like what the fuck just happened? It's ruined it.
It might have been a timing thing too. Like I don't think it was all on him. Like maybe he knew he had to cut the match at a certain point, and the guys. It could have been. Who knows?
It's pretty clear that AJ missed the move completely. Maybe Posey thought they were going to redo the spot or something. I'm not going to.
You fucking reset it.
But I'm not going to make any argument for Posey because this Zebra crew in the Asylum is maybe the worst crew of referees ever assembled. Possibly ever. They are easily the weakest part of this product.
Yes.
So
I never thought that before, but until on the rewatch. Go ahead, Jay.
I popped for that guitar shot that Andrew Thomas took. Yeah, I popped so hard for that. I was like, oh my God.
You know how they distracted us from this is Dallas and Cash come out and beat AJ down. And then Dallas comes out and attacks AJ. AJ escapes and Cash gets him on the ramp, and then they beat him down, stand over him, and everything. That's kind of what they used to distract us.
Love the aftermatch booking though, because it sets Cash up as AJ's first opponent, and that's
100%, which I love.
Killer, great.
Zach, I don't know his history prior to this. I know he wrestled.
They talk about this earlier. About their crew of referees. We heard it like 40 or 50 episodes ago about how they were a young staff of referees.
Oh, well, that shows for sure. I hated this. It was a perfect fucking match until that, and I'm like, God damn you, son of a bitch. I've hated Posey this whole time. And he's an AEW now. This is an AEW referee, right?
He's still bad. Yeah.
Get fucked, Mike Posey. Seriously, you suck. You suck to this day. You suck, I think, from what I'm being told. Fuck off.
Yeah, he's still bad. He's not this bad, but you're right.
He's improved.
He's improved. He's not this bad. This match, though, again, if you're just listening to Trent's take on it, the match itself is very good. Amazing main event. Yeah. Absolutely where it should have been.
High emotions.
Yeah.
There's a lot of false finishes, and there's like,
return of AJ, a lot of high risk moves, everything you expect from these two guys. 20 minutes, as J Bone said, long match to end the show. Mm-hmm. You take out that fucking 10 seconds of awkwardness, and it's fantastic. Even the aftermatch booking is great with Kid Cash. That 10 seconds really hurts this whole thing, but dude, it's still a really good main event. I really enjoyed it. You're right, the finish was fucking completely fucked.
I'm curious. I believe this match is on one of those compilations, those X Division compilations. I wonder if they somehow chop it to make it smoother.
Yeah,
like you'll cut the camera, like use a different angle, like zoom it in.
Do they do that? Are those DVDs heavily edited?
I can't remember. I don't think so though. I think they just took.
Why would they? Yeah. Why would you spend the extra money on post production when you could just fucking put it out? People buy it the same either way. People aren't going to be like, oh, well, this is edited from the television version. People like you would, but other people.
Yeah. I need Sabinite's take on this one though. Like I would love to hear his take on this one. Look at this guy. What is this now?
You're muted, Jim. You're on mute, Daddy.
I popped for Kid Cash's promo that he cut with Dallas, Lance Archer behind him, like oh, they got something coming,
Yeah.
And I'm going after a championship. We don't know what yet. So it's like I said, you kind of had a feeling he was going to show up X Division. Like if they're not doing the tag stuff anymore, they lost the tag belts. Now going to shift them.
Yeah.
Kid Cash is going to be the focus. He's got this hat on, except it's sprayed purple. I'm going to spray this fucker purple. I love it. it's like it's the exact same hat because it's got that weathered look.
Yeah, in the dip.
Yeah,
the dip.
Totally, I'm going to spray this. I'm going to get some of this, some of Mrs. J Bone's paint crafts and paint this fucker purple.
There you go, Kid Cash Bone. And this is the logical booking, too, and it makes so much sense because Kid Cash is the clear best heel of the division in the first 3 years. So he's
great, too.
I'm very much looking forward to AJ Kid Cash. I don't remember this specifically, so I'm pretty excited for this. This is going to be fucking awesome. And for those of you that are Dallas fans, you know that he is currently wrestling for the AEW World Heavyweight Championship. I mean, he's still a main eventer. Like, this guy has been doing this at a high level for, I'm not a big, huge Archer fan like J-Bone is. I liked his stuff in New Japan that I saw, because that's when I started watching New Japan again, was Moxley and Jericho and stuff. But I mean, God, props to the longevity of this guy. He's wrestling for the fucking World Heavyweight title in AEW right now. He's 48 years old. That's a
get out of here. He's 50? Nearly 50?
Hell of a career. Just a hell of a career.
And I'll tell you what,
I believe that's right.
I love the fact that he's going after the title, but there's so many. I'm going to compare this to like when the easiest comparable thing, and I think a
44.
lot of people understand this.
Oh, 44, my bad.
Is like if you compare it to like CM Punk when he was first world champ in the WWE, but there were so many other big things going on in the company running parallel to that, like Chris Jericho and Shawn Michaels, and then you had like Batista and John Cena or Orton and Cena. You had all these other huge things, and that's what this feels like right now. Like, I love the fact that Archer's going after the title against Hangman Adam Page, but it feels like it's like what else you got? You know?
Yeah, well, it's a foregone conclusion in my mind that Archer's going to lose this match. He's just a stepping stone to Hangman's next long feud.
It is, and it's sad because Page has really become one of my favorites on the show. He has absolutely proven himself to be one of the top wrestlers around the world today. Like, he put on an hour match with Bryan Danielson. Not too many people could pull that shit off. The guy is amazing. And now it's like, but there's so many other things like MJF and CM Punk are doing stuff. There's big tag team stuff.
Yeah, Archer's definitely not at the top. I see what you're saying. He's in the main event, but it doesn't feel like the main event.
Well, the one of the biggest things that's like, okay, we're so far off track.
Whatever, we're 2 hours in on fucking Tuesday night. Who cares?
The thing is he's with Jake the Snake Roberts, which is proper, but then you've also got fucking Dan Lambert on the other side of him.
No idea.
Why?
No fucking idea.
Why? It's just throwing.
He showed up on Impact too. He's back on Impact now. Dan
Lambert was on Impact last week.
He was in the game. He was sitting right behind Bill. Bill was like, "What the fuck?" He like, you almost stole Bill's popcorn, motherfucker.
I love Hakeem's idea that Archer comes back to Impact and teams with Fulton as long-haired, fucking badass-looking SOBs. I love it. Book him,
guys.
Take
a deep look at J-Bone here, and then take a look at Macho Man in his elder years.
Whoa, what the heck? That is somebody screenshot this, Zach. That is crazy.
Zach already he was on it before. Zach,
he was. Zach always catches that stuff.
Isn't that crazy? Jay, you look a lot like him here.
Man,
you know what? I think I was gonna like trim. This was like, like I was like really sick for like a week. Yeah. And like this was all like out of control, so I trimmed this up, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna hack the rest of this off soon. But no, now I'm looking at that, I'm like, shit,
yeah,
this might be a whole new look. Like I'm gonna like just
let
this all full out, keep the cowboy.
So we've got Tito Ortiz, Macho Man, and Veer Mahan running a podcast.
Which one's Jay?
But guys, that's the show. That's episode 98 on NWA-TNA Asylum.
God, we're almost at 100. Holy fuck!
That is crazy, man. Almost at 100. So I'm happy to get there.
And we're also throwing in the first handful or whatever, however far we want to go with this. It's really kind of like up in the air right now.
J-Bone committing our asses to shit.
Yeah, J-Bone, take it easy, pal. Take it easy.
Well, and that's the thing. We'll talk more about this off the air because I'm so excited about the switch,
Yeah,
it
is fun. It's cool.
This fresh start. And like I want to keep it going, but I don't know if it's gonna stay on TNI. I don't know. We'll see.
We'll see.
I'll tell you what, J-Bone, if I have time and you want to do it on Smash, I'll join you. I really liked the 45-minute. That's why I always offer to do Rampage with you. I love the 45-minute format. It's so easy to consume a show on. I will definitely help out if you want to do it on your own.
All right.
Also, a heads up, Jay and I were talking about moving Time Machine Tuesday to Mondays for now, because it's becoming a little tight with my schedule. My Mondays just opened up. I have no commitments on Mondays.
Oh, you know what? Monday's actually better for me.
Okay.
I could probably make more shows on a Monday than a Tuesday.
So we're gonna go to Mondays, and that's it right there. So,
all right.
Mark,
Time Machine Tuesday, Throwback Thursday.
I'm gonna task you with coming up with the gimmick for Monday name. So let's do that. So that's gonna be on Mark to come up with the gimmick for Monday.
Just another manic
Monday.
We got to stick with the Time Machine.
Yeah.
Like throwback type.
We'll see what Mark comes up with. He's a marketing guy, so he'll come up with something. But anyway,
I like alliteration.
Yeah. So we'll be moving to Mondays. Next week will be Mondays. So keep an eye for that, guys.
It's not that exciting. Fuck.
Jeez. But that's it, man.
We've been pretty short on sound bites this show.
We were very is the good stuff.
Going in now.
Very conversational. How about that on the show? That's why we were gone for a while.
Oh, this was exactly. The three of us haven't been on a show together in a month or more. So we talked about the Von Erichs, we talked about ECW, we talked about WWE.
Yeah, guys, like that's how it is. Like when we talk. Like me and Mark will text it late fucking night for like full combos. Me and Jake get on like a call and we're on forever. Like it's just like we are chatty Cathys on this group right here. That's what happens. But let's wrap it up. Let's get out of here. It's late. So yeah, guys, don't forget patreon.com/WeTalkImpact. If you're not a member of the Patreon, check it out. Yeah, give it a shot. You can just be a supporter. I think you can do a supporter.
I actually removed that. So we're back to $3, $5, and $10. So
$3.
But I tell you what, for $3 you actually get the hit and run, which is great. So if you just want to support the show, you do get an extra show in the hit and run as well. So that's a really nice bonus in that low tier. Check us out.
We're starting to get into the swing of things after the holidays. Yeah. You know, it's like half the crew was sick for like a week, so now it's starting to come back to normal now. So.
Listen, fuck your oat milk latte, you know, which is $6. For $3 you can just support us. How about that?
Yeah, $5 you actually get family dinner too. You get 2 shows extra.
There you go.
A week right there.
Do that.
And if you go up one more though, by the way, I do have to say, the Treehouse is where it's at. We're going to be, we run lots of pay-per-views and shit in the Treehouse. So if you're looking for a way to watch more wrestling with people and have a good, fun time, like I know nobody really wants to do Revolution, but I imagine me and J-Bone will probably end up doing it anyways because it's fucking fun. You know,
it's always a decent card.
And it's always fun to watch it with others. We get a good 8-10 people in there, and you know, it's watching wrestling like it used to be back when we all got together to watch wrestling. So hit us up.
If I'm around, I'll hang out with y'all, man. I'll watch some shit.
It's fun.
Around. Yeah, you show up, you chip in $5, and we all eat pizza together and just hang in a room and watch it.
I'm telling you, like I said, after nearly 20 years, I watched thank you, Ronan. I watched a WWE pay-per-view, albeit 20 minutes or whatever it was. But I mean, the fucking the toothpaste is out of the fucking tube, man. Like everything's game at this point.
Yeah, the Discord makes it that much more fun to watch wrestling.
Hang out friends, yeah.
It really is. So at the very least, if Patreon is not your thing, and you just want a new place to hang out and talk about wrestling that costs you nothing, join our Discord. It's the friendliest, nicest place. There's always wrestling talk. There's always other talk. Yeah, hit us up in our bio. The Discord is the true like TNI family experience. So
it's in the description of the video also, but then all of our bios have the link tree. It's all in there, guys.
There you go.
Real quick, TNI UK is live tomorrow. Bison, Joe, and Steve are going to be live with their latest episode tomorrow. And don't forget, Bison just dropped an interview with Tasha Steelz that he did not invite Mark
Motherfucking piece of shit, Bison. Dude, he is not your fucking rival anymore, Trent. I'll take that baton if you want to hand it over. Bison, motherfucker, you ever interview Tasha Steelz, you fucking dude. I can't fucking even with this.
I know.
Man. I just
son of a bitch, Bison. He's gone. He left. Get back here, Mark, please. So yeah, they'll be live tomorrow. Check out the Tasha interview. It is on the channel now.
And I hear there's rumblings that there's a surprise guest tomorrow.
Oh, really?
That's the rumblings. So we have a guest ourselves. Matter of fact, on Thursday night.
Announce it.
Thursday night, our boy, Parmfection, Mr. Parmfection, Sam Beal, will be in the house to start the show. So he's going to let us know what's going on. He is as we all know, he's not currently with Impact, He's finished up a fantastic run. He's going to join us, let us know what he's doing, what's next, how we can support him, and just probably shoot the shit because Sam seems like a real cool kid. So join us on Thursday. Dude.
Right, and I'm really curious to pick his brain on the whole. I was going to try to.
What happened?
I'm sorry. I was trying to get this on the I was gonna share the screen and
share screen. Do you need some time, JJ? I'll fill you a hole here.
No,
Woo, time to go.
You guys swing?
I was going to say, I can fill the gap for
That is not an appropriate question.
I am absolutely going to try and join for Sam on Thursday since I booked him, but I have soccer. Trent, will you be joining us at the top of the show for Sam for 15, 20 minutes?
All depends on where I'm at Thursday, but I will definitely try it. I like Sam a lot.
Yeah, me too. Same here. I absolutely want to be on.
And I'll tell you what, Larry D just announces his departure today. We're going to work on getting Larry D on the channel too.
Trying to get him for next week. So.
Yeah,
hey, guys, actually
he's requesting his release. I imagine with so many things going on in Impact Wrestling, I don't imagine they'd fight him on it.
Yeah,
so but we'll see.
Yeah, and guys, if you want to, make sure you tag us and these talents, these men and women that are leaving Impact. Let them know that we have a platform. Like the people that are doing fine, that's great, but the people who just lost their job need to keep the momentum up. They need a place to be visible. We have a fantastic platform. We're dedicated to the place they were just at. So I'd love to use TNI to help these people continue their growth. So that's our goal. So we'll be looking for those who've left.
Good call. So, good call on that, Mark. Yeah, definitely tag us and let them know. Let them know the place you can go.
Yep.
It's not some like 2-bit podcast operation. Like this is the flagship pod, right? Of like a brand right now. So if they want to get that audience that they just catered to on TV, this is the pod to do it with.
Absolutely.
But let's get our plugs in here real quick. Mark is no longer on a personal Twitter, so as you can see in Mark's visual, it's just We Talk Impact, which is the brand Twitter, and that's Mark. He will let you know if it's him tweeting it. It's Mark.
He's still on Twitter, but he's not on Twitter.
No, I'm not on Twitter, Jack Dorsey, you fucking prick.
Poor Mark is Twitter's gone for Uncle Mark. That sucks, but. Was it the Taya World Order is no longer
more. You can find me in the Discord though.
Yeah, he's in Discord. He's all over the Discord.
Plus, actually, and if anyone replies to you on the Patreon, that's me. I'm always on Patreon too.
That's Mark. So Mark's the guy. So if you guys want to communicate with him, he's elsewhere. It's just not Twitter. Yeah. But he's on the show Twitter, so you can communicate that, and he'll let you know if it's him. He'll sign it -Mark. But J-Bone, where are you at?
You can find me over in that other little podcast called Smash This Podcast.
Yeah, we all did it.
I was right.
It's our sister show, man. It's our flagship or original show, actually. It's the OG.
It's the OG. It's the predecessor to all
this. It is. Yep.
There you go. It's I was really sick post Christmas, and finally, been slamming a ton of medicine, and just I got my voice back, so we're getting back into the swing of things. I'm going to be covering AEW, MJF versus CM Punk. Super stoked about that. That's going to be in your neck of the woods, Trent. I'm a little surprised you're not going.
Isn't it tomorrow?
It is.
Right. Yeah.
It's like a couple blocks away from your house.
Yeah, it's not too far from me. I slipped my mind, to be honest with you. I would love to see Jerry. I have not seen Jerry in a long time. He's definitely a good friend. A bunch of guys there. I would love to go see them as friends.
You should hit him up and maybe he'll get you in.
Yeah, it's a good call. I should hit up Jerry. It's a bad snowstorm here tomorrow, so I wonder if that's going to be an issue.
Man, I don't miss that shit at all.
Yeah. God damn, so I would love to see some of the guys, like half their fucking roster worked at AEW, so like it would be nice to see people.
Still does,
which is weird. Yeah, it still does.
Yeah.
But I'd love to see him. So I will definitely, if I get a moment, I'll hit up Jerry. Be like, hey man,
what are you doing? There you go.
And then Fridays. Go ahead, Jimmy.
You can find me at doing AEW stuff middle of the week on Smash This Podcast, and that's about all that I've had the energy for lately. Everything else has been TNI, but on Twitter, if you want to follow me, I'm barely on social media lately. I'm in the Discord, always rapping with people about different things. But if you want to follow me on Twitter, right there, Jaybone5150, JAYBONE 5150.
Nice. Guys, you get me at Bill, are you that's fucking Bill. That's my boy Guillermo. Bill. Guys, if you want to get me, it's Transberry over on Twitter. The show is at We Talk Impact. Friday, AAW Legacy with special guest Ron Simmons is going to be going on, and it's a great card. We had to shuffle things around. Damn, it's going to be a good card. But
that's awesome.
That's at 115 Bourbon Street, which J-Bone's been to. Cool ass venue, a lot of fun. Excited to go there for that one. But we will have Ron Simmons signing autographs. So come check that out. As you can find me. So I know probably Brian, our buddy Brian Feld, is going to be there. You know, the Love Weed Brian, who's always in the Love Weed will be there. So Brian will be there.
Brian's my boy.
Oh, you know
I don't even have to meet him there.
I got to bring this up real quick. This should have been in like the news portion that I was talking about shit earlier, but I have to mention this. The Odeum where we were all at for Bound for Glory. Impact 3 years ago.
Yeah.
They are officially closing their doors in May. In April, New Japan is coming to town, and what looks like is going to be the last big show at the Odeum.
Classic venue. Sad to see it go, but New Japan USA will be there. Our producer Patrick Price, who's AAW's producer, is New Japan USA's producer also. So that's why you can kind of know some of the similar cut styles and stuff. But he'll be in town for that. I'm hoping we can go check it out.
You got to go to that last show of New
I would like to see it. The Odeum is a classic venue.
I'd love to go.
I'll be in touch, J-Bone. I'll be in touch with you on that.
And you're going to get some badass wrestling with New Japan. Like the card will be great.
I've been there for several shows. Ring of Honor versus New Japan. I went there for that.
Dang. Is that the Chris Sabin hanging show?
No. This is the War of the World show when they were doing the feud. I went there for Bound for Glory, a bunch of TNA house shows. I saw ICP there.
TNA used to run house shows in a 5,000 person building.
They would cut it like it's one of those cuttable rooms.
Okay.
So they'd cut it to 1,000, 800 in the heyday. Yeah. I went to a really fucking fun show there in 2008, I want to say, 8 or 9. And it was one of the most fun house shows I've ever been to in my life. It was a TNA house show at that venue. And it was cut to 1,000. But
so
dude,
good memories there.
Such a good memory. I mean, Bound for Glory. Tons of shit in that building. So
is that the first time you two guys actually met face to face? Was Bound for Glory?
Was that weekend, Jay?
That was the weekend. It was the night before.
Yeah.
You were playing live on stage with Hemi.
All Glory. That's right.
At the end of All for Glory or whatever.
Yeah.
All
Glory. Yeah. Wasn't Shotzi Blackheart at that show? Wasn't that like her last Indies appearance
before she went to the E?
Alex Zane was on that show.
Was he really?
He dove out of the freaking balcony onto the stage.
Was that him? I didn't know who he was at the time. I remember the spot, but I didn't know who he was at the time.
Kylie Ray was there too.
Yeah.
That was basically what got her into
time. Yep. Because that was her first big appearance after AEW.
Yeah. That was a wild night.
Now you guys got me wondering. Because I went to the Prelude for Glory show in Indiana the night before that one. I mean, this card was not bad, man. They had a lot of indies, like Chicago indie guys, but
that's where Larry the one that AC signed, right?
AC got signed on this one. Larry and AC stole the show. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Blake Christian was on the show,
Jesus, I don't remember that. I need to go back and watch these actually.
Shotzi, Tyler Matrix. Yeah.
Shotzi's the one I remember standing out.
It was a really weird show because it was all just filler indie stuff while they had the meet and greets going on.
Yeah.
And I was just kind of walking around talking with people, had a few people, come up and be like, hey, you're with the podcast. That was when I first met John capital E period Bravo came up to me, gave me a big hug and said, dude, I'm so glad you're here. And I'm like, huh?
Who are you? That's awesome. That's awesome, man. Guys, ProWrestlingTees.com/we talk.
Are we still? I thought we were just deciding to stay on all night. 2 hours and 20 minutes. Yeah, we haven't lost any viewers, man. Everybody's still here. Nobody's leaving.
I know, right? Yeah, you're right, though.
2 in the morning Eastern,
seriously,
it was like, kill me.
Spreadshirt link, guys. We have a ton of merch on Spreadshirt. Go check that out. Link is in the description below and on the link tree and all the bios.
I don't know, like, if this is like a thing, but I get emails from Spreadshirt because I run the Spreadshirts. Like, whenever there's like new stuff that they put into the shop, like, oh, hey, there's a new line of t-shirts or a new line of sweatshirts. There's a new line of organic sweatshirts that I have to like get in there, and they look great. And there's like not a lot of colors for them, but I'm going to be getting those in the shop soon. So if you're looking to get a hoodie and you're into like the whole organic thing, keep an eye on the shop for that. I'll let you, I'll put something out when I get it all done.
On top of that, if I could just really quickly tease that Truck let us know that we will have a brand new Want of the Dead design coming in a couple of months. So keep your eyes out for Rebellion. We're going to have something right around Rebellion. The
generosity of Sir Truckerton is
the generosity of, I got a shout out, guys, like our page, everyone, people who show up, people who do super stickers, which we didn't have any. Where's Brian Fields?
He had one today. There was one in the beginning.
Yep. I wasn't here. Awesome. Brian Fields, you rule. Everybody who just shows up in the Discord. My Kuya Eric just signed up for Discord. He's on a fucking cruise ship in the middle of the ocean and barely ever can sign on.
Really?
He works on a cruise ship, but he listens to us when he can, and he pops in during the days when he can, usually TNI UK. So shout out to Eric. I mean, dude, Courtney, like everybody, Zach, Akeem, fucking Bill, Skull, who helps run shit sometimes behind the scenes. Like, I haven't been around, and I actually like really missed this. I don't even barely care about wrestling anymore, to be quite honest with everybody. But this thing we have built and created, this family is something else, and I don't ever really want to leave it. So I'll keep showing up for these shows because this is a very special thing that we've done, and I'm really, really proud to be a part of this. So, that's awesome. That's my emotional shit for now. Trent, you should have been playing the harmonica. You slacked.
I know. I slacked. I get distracted. I just got a notification that Juan of the Dead just followed us on Twitch. Like literally just now as we're talking about it.
Did I summon him?
I think so. That's blowing my mind. It's hilarious.
Weird.
Thanks, Juan. But
that's fucking creepy.
That is so funny. Nice. Weird. Maybe he's watching. I don't know. Juan, are you in here? Like, comment or something. I don't know. But
does Juan even watch us? I mean,
maybe he does. We've gotten a few t-shirts.
He likes wrestling, I think.
Yeah. At We Talk Impact. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, guys, at We Talk Impact. Give us a follow. YouTube.com/TotalNonstopImpact and Twitch.tv/TotalNonstopImpact. Give us a follow on all these platforms. We're everywhere. iTunes. I forgot my whole shtick, Jay, but I'm rusty. Here we go. We're unavailable. God, what did I used to say? On all audio platforms: Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, SoundCloud, Google Play, iHeartRadio, TuneIn Radio, Spotify, Pandora, and Amazon. Rate, review, and subscribe, please. We appreciate all the love. The international listenership on all the audio continues to fly. Thank you guys for that all the time. So
that was gangster, Trent.
Yeah, how about that? But that's been a bit, man. I'm a little rusty. I was on an island for a couple of weeks, man. You know, fuck.
Trent's Hawaiian. I was like, fucking on the mainland. I don't like the way you guys fucking deal with shit, man. It's like you should see back on the island, man. It's chill. Like we're all loving and stuff, and come back here and fucking shit happens and everything sucks.
Guys, I didn't hear it. It was so chill. I can't even tell you. I love it. Paul's doing it right. Paul's living.
Absolutely, I fucking agree. If I could, I would do, man. Maybe we should relocate TNI to Hawaii.
Down. I think the nurse is going back home, man. She's from Hawaii. I think she's set. She's set. I think this trip did it for her. She's set to go home, man. So,
I mean, you know, I wouldn't want to live in Chicago. I don't blame her. It's too fucking cold, man. I never want to live anywhere where it's nonstop snow like that again.
Yeah, and as you guys know, there was some other reasons why time to move out of Chicago, as you guys know about, or well aware of when it comes to that. So there's other reasons to get the fuck out of here too. So we are out at some point. But anyway, guys. Aside from that, please, give us a follow on all the socials, our personals. The rest of the crew who's not here on this show, their links are in the description below. Give them a follow as well and be in touch with everybody. But yeah, man, I think that's about it. We'll be back. So next week will be Monday from now on. Mark's going to gimmick up the name. We're going to have a gimmick name for Mondays for Throwback. And we'll be doing it on Mondays to the end. So we got about 12 episodes left. We're going to try to 24 because J-Bone's going to throw in the Orlando shit in there. So we are with you for a while, I guess. When I thought it was out.
Extreme Elements throwing shade at Kyle at the very end of the show. Kyle's the scummiest scumbag of them all.
Scumbag son of a bitch. Zach knows how to get that little summon that fucking Extreme Elements, man. Nice. Awesome. All right, guys. We'll get out of here. Listen, tomorrow, TNI UK, join them midday. and they'll have their brand new episode. And Thursday is the flagship show. Don't forget to join for flagship. It is the watch along and the post show review, as well as patrons get their family dinner on Sunday and all their other bonus stuff. So check that out.
We'll try and hit and run on Friday.
Yes, hit and run. We're going to aim for Friday on. So we'll do it earlier because I have to go to AAW that evening. So let's try to get it out of the way in the morning, maybe early, and then we'll do it from there. So guys, aside from that, for the whole crew, thank you guys for the indulging us on the break. Sorry for the technical issues at the beginning of the show with my computer, but we will be back next week, Monday, with this show for episode number 99. So follow along, watch it with us.
Oh, we got to do number 2.
Number 2. Yeah, I'm definitely number 2 on this fucking idea is what I'm going to do. But,
so J-Bone and I will be back with Impact episode number 2 on Saturday morning, maybe at some point.
We'll see what happens. I'll be up early.
Because it's a shit.
I'm you guys can see it. My bicycle. You guys see my bicycle?
Are you about to pull your? What are you doing? Don't Trent, put your pants on.
No, I have pants. No, I'll show you guys. I have my bicycle here. I'm going to be up early Saturday morning. I'm dropping my bike at the tune-up shop. I'm getting my bike spring ready over here, so I'm going to be dropping that off. I'll be up early Saturday if you guys want to do this Saturday.
I don't know if I'd ride your bike around your house, Trent.
No, not in my house. I'm taking it. I brought it up here from the bike room in my building to clean it.
No, but I'm saying I don't know if you should be riding in that area outside around your house. I don't know if it's safe.
I know. Yeah, seriously. There's the lakefront path. I'm going to stick with the lake.
Where's 13th and Washington?
You don't want to know.
Oh, really? That's bad. Is that like South Chicago, like South Side?
In the city, 13th in Washington?
Yeah.
It's not. You
not
don't
good.
want to be there.
Okay. That's the original Wax Trax location for their storefront. I just didn't know if it was I know it's not there anymore. I didn't know where it was.
Yeah, those days are over, man. Those days are.
Was that one of those areas that like used to be fine and now is not fine?
I'm trying to. You know what? Now you got me curious. I'm wondering exactly. What neighborhood that's considered, because there's in Chicago, literally block to block can change,
right?
Oddly enough, so East 13th and Washington Avenue. Let's see. I mean,
you wouldn't want to hang out there.
No, let's see. Hang on. I think I have the wrong. I put the wrong town in. Hold on a second. Chicago.
There was another time we used Google Maps and it was wildly successful. I have actually gone back to watch that first After Dark again. It's fucking hilarious. That was like maybe my favorite episode we've ever done with J-Bone's story of the hit and run. Keem, wait, y'all are still on, motherfucker? We ain't going nowhere.
We're still on, man.
I do got to pee, but 2.5 hours in. Again, when's the last time all three of us were on the same show? Jay's like, you guys need to shut up. Look at him. He's like, shut the fuck up.
I'm sure it was 13th in Washington, Mark, because I have a different
13th Avenue and Washington Street.
I have a different address here for the original location on Lincoln Avenue. That's the one I knew of.
That's not the OG location though. That's the second one. That's when they moved into a bigger store. Yeah, the original one is 13th at Washington.
Because 13th in Washington is like a south suburb ish, so it's not really.
Oh, maybe they originally started out of a home.
That could be it, and that explains it, because it's definitely that would explain it then, because that's
Okay. Sadly, I understood about half of that.
Thomas,
totally irrelevant conversation, but
at 2.5 hours in at 1:30 in the morning Central, for the G's that are still on, they're here either way, right? They don't give a fuck.
Seriously, y'all
we could be talking about peaches versus pears, right? Which are both excellent, but I'm a pear guy, honestly. They're both really good, though. A good peach, like a perfectly ripe peach, has a very small window, right? It's like not ripe. And then for 2 hours, it's the most delicious thing on the planet, and then it's rotten. So you got to catch a perfect peach, whereas a pear has more flexibility.
I want to have,
and I like the pears.
Have you ever had a Chinese white pear?
Oh, dude, of course. I have some in my house right now.
I want my pizzles back.
Dude, at the Asian market, you can buy the whole box for like fucking $4.
And
they all come good with their little individual fucking netting on them.
I love the netting. I'm such a sucker for the fucking netting.
They're so good. I love those.
I have no idea why the netting's on there. J-Bone's looking so confused right now.
Do you got hair on your booty cheeks?
I'm a sucker for that fucking netting, dude. I don't know why it's on there, but it's great. It makes It makes it fresh.
It makes it like high class and shit. It's like when you go to the Asian market and you buy fruits and vegetables, and all the fruits are individually packaged in plastic, and you're like, this is terrible for the environment, but it's a high class fucking strawberry, like individually wrapped and packaged. And it's like,
this is sick. This is sick. This whole place is going to hell in a handbasket.
Yeah, this is horrible.
It's pretty fucking horrible.
You know, Jin Shay was back there fucking wrapping each one meticulously because she was like, I'm proud of this strawberry. I'm gonna wrap this shit like a fucking art and put some origami around it and shit, dude. I'm telling you, man. H Mart, it's fucking where it's at. Those
there is absolutely garbage in here.
All right, on that note, we're out of here, Jay. But we're frustrated to the bone. We get the hell out of here.
I just swapped the background. We're good. we're all right. It's after dark now. It's a new show.
We gotta wrap. We're driving them away. We gotta get out of here. All right, guys, we are out of here. TNI UK tomorrow, flagship Thursday. We'll be back with this on Monday with episode number.
Shout out Humblebee.
Humblebees. Have a great night, everybody. Have a great Wednesday. Enjoy your week, and we will talk to you later. See ya. Thanks for hanging out.